MarioDickensCreations.com, the leader in customizable memorial printing and graphic presentation. With over 24 years of experience working with families, honoring their loved ones, creating industry trends, they offer all styles of obituaries from standard to custom with exquisite paper upgrades available. MarioDickensCreations.com offers grand memorial presentation displays such as adult life-size cutout, backdrops, casket panels, retractable banner stands, poster boards, floor mat, banners, bookmarks, buttons, masks, and shirts, fully customizable. They also now offer urns, woven blankets, casket decal, and fully printed casket wrap. Everything you need to showcase your loved one's legacy. 24-hour rush upgrades available. On time, professional, and convenient. Go to MarioDickensCreations.com. Click on Memorial Service and get started today.
As a man, if you dating a girl and she don't have at least like 2 good girlfriends, like 10 years plus, I wouldn't fuck with her.
Why?
Because you don't know how to have emotional, mature relationships.
Break that down.
Like being emotionally mature is a thing. You know how to handle your emotions. You know how to respond. You know how to communicate. Not react. You know how to communicate. If I am a woman that likes to be around powerful, strong, smart, spiritual women. People who are stronger than me in certain areas, because iron sharpens iron. I need to be around somebody that's not easily offended. I need to be around somebody that knows how to be like, no, check that. I love you enough to check you.
Come on, you tripping.
Friends that check you. Take that down. Yeah. Take that off Instagram. What you doing?
Yeah, take that off.
Take that off.
You look crazy.
You look nuts.
What are you talking about? Whatever.
If you don't have you don't have a female that has friends in her life to keep her accountable, you don't need to mess with her. And vice versa. Females, if you got a nigga that you talking to and he don't got 2 good friends that check his ass and hold him accountable.
Holding you accountable? Who is saying, bruh, that's not okay? Who is saying, no, man, that's not cool the way you treating her? No, man, that's not cool the way you running these streets.
But you say that, listen,
but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is right. That I understand exactly what you're saying, but can't no nigga ever say that to me.
No.
It ain't, dog, that ain't cool how you treating her. Man, mind your fucking business.
No, we're not talking about that.
I'm just
not like checking you in a disrespectful way.
I've been sipping on Ricotta, gon' pop me a bottle, pour me up a drink. Yeah, she been sipping on Ricotta, gon' pour her a bottle, pour her up a drink, pour us up a drink. A Ricotta, we gon' have a drink. A Ricotta, everybody drinking. Ricotta, get you some Ricotta. Oh, I've been sipping on Ricotta. I've been sipping on Ricotta. I've been sipping on Ricotta. Ricotta or more, drink like a boss.
You're crazy. Listen by the wrist, keep that 40 by the hip. I got that super damn drip.
Yeah, black excellence. I am excellently black with intelligence. I am heaven sent.
You are now tuned in to the Slick Talk with Scalez podcast.
And they OGs doing the dumb shit too.
Exactly.
We live.
Are we live? Oh, okay. We live. We lit. We here. We back. You know what I'm saying? I missed you motherfuckers. This is episode 148 of the Slick Talk with Scalez podcast. It's Tuesday. We back. It's July. Happy barbecue day, because I don't celebrate Independence Day because people I come from were still
happy 8,000
in slavery
Day.
Yeah, happy 8,000 Glizzies Day.
Glizzy.
Brat Day. Whatever day you want to call it, except for American Independence Day, because we don't celebrate that day over here at the Slick Talk with Scalez podcast. On that note, man, like I said, we are back. We're lit. I hope everybody did have a cool, whatever holiday you call it, a good weekend and all that type of shit. Last time we seen y'all, we was with Destiny Lynn and Chop. Shout out to them. We did that at the Blackout Studios probably about 2 weeks ago. Those episodes are available on the YouTube channel right now, where you can go hit the like, subscribe, notification button, and all those good things. Please go back and watch old episodes you haven't seen. We got clips. We got a skit on there with B. Jones. We got clips of me performing with Audia Moore this past week at Summerfest, also on the YouTube. So it's more content than just the podcast over there. So please hit that like, subscribe button, smash it. Also, shout out to my Twitter audience. What's popping? We live over there right now. And Facebook, y'all already know what the fuck is going on. Please share this everywhere that you can. We are broadcasting live from the compound, Podcast City, actually, inside the compound. Shout out to Blackout Entertainment. Shout out Kenzie Corporate. Y'all know what's going on. Always riding with me, always holding me down, making sure this shit look right, we sound right, and we crispy for the people. My dog Don, say what up to the people one time. Don, what up, people? Don said, what up, people? You know what I'm saying?
Can we get a little bit more from
Yeah, you know what I mean? No energy, you know what I'm saying?
We happy to be back.
Yeah, he must have had a long 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't getting on it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
Well, I mean, that
Where's the tiny vibe?
I definitely don't. It's not happening.
One of them hugs. One of them hugs should definitely make a nigga feel better. You hear me though? Shit. And on that note, I guess
no, it's not happening.
I guess that's a great segue introducing her. We have author, life coach, just all around dope person, beautiful soul, Serita in the building with us today, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everyone. Blessings to everyone. Hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah, I mean, and
Get them ideas out your head. That's my future wife.
we got our resident comedian / chef / just all around everyday asshole.
Praise the Lord, church.
Praise the Lord, church. And saved. All those things that I just said, Daddy. On top of that, he praises the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
All that shit I just said, and he praises the Lord playfully. Michael J. Curtis in the building. What's going on, brother? Mm-hmm.
Lovely to be here. I need a beverage.
You need a beverage. Lord.
You need no water.
Just that quick.
That quick. You done got a little parched.
Definitely.
It's a little humid outside. That's the thing, though.
It is a little humid. I mean, I got
Serita.
some Ricardo Amore.
Bring that volcano water. Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsor, Ricardo Amore. Got to make sure we do that for sure. Make sure y'all go check out his wines. Midnight Love. Yeah, got wine, Merlot. We got a wine. And we got Sauvignon Blanc. Ain't that how you say that? Sauvignon. I always want to say that word. Sauvignon. I see it on menus. I don't never say, Mike, do I pronounce anything right?
No, nah.
I always do that when I don't know how to pronounce something. I just say it completely wrong.
You say that, okay.
We'll ride with it.
Like,
I don't know how to say it.
Like as wrong as you could possibly say it, that's how I'm gonna say it. Type shit. You know what I mean? How y'all been though, man? How y'all doing?
It's pretty good. I'm busy.
You busy?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he's pulling me into his business as well.
Shout out to Kenzie.
I got a lot going on.
Coming through with the water. It's warm.
Oh, thank you. I don't care. I'll say thank you so much. I appreciate you. Booked and busy, huh?
Booked and
busy. Trying to be.
That's the best way to be, bro.
Get it together. I got something real nice going for more.
I mean, it was times we were sitting around and we ain't had no motion. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? The fact that we got a little motion, even though we had to create it for ourselves, but that's the best way to do it. You know what I mean? Because that's how they gonna bop on anyway.
We just gotta take lessons from old, like really just take the lessons from people who came before us, the Barry Gordys and things of that nature.
I mean, all the people we idolize are self-made to an extent. You know what I mean? Because you only self-made to an extent too once you get with the people and they level up. But you have to have some type of exactly. You have to even get their attention. You had to been putting in work on your own to even get them to pay attention to what you got going on. So, yeah. So, Mike, you got some big shit. What about you, man?
You know, I'm working on the side of him. You know, that's the best friend connection there. You know, plus just continue to work on my business as well too. You know.
Also, booking y'all both today wasn't just me thinking like, oh, it'd be cool to have Mike and Serita. It was y'all already in cahoots. Y'all got some shit going on. Y'all got some
strategic planning.
Y'all got some shit going on.
Got a lot going on, but I'm not ready to reveal it yet.
No, I don't reveal it until it's ready. You know, you got to come back on this platform and let the people know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know
you get exclusive, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I know one thing that'll make Don smile is, like I said, man, we appreciate y'all activity on YouTube for real. You know what I'm saying? We've been advocating that shit for a while, and now it's just doing what it do on its own. You know what I mean? And we could use more help, and we appreciate more help and more pushing, and you more telling more people about it. Yeah, like and subscribe though, please though, because the way it's grown over these last like 6 weeks has been utterly amazing. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want y'all to keep that up and let y'all know that we really appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? For real. I guess I ain't gonna waste no time. We can get right into the topics. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of shit going on since we last tapped in. And in our last 2 interviews, we did artist interviews. We didn't discuss no current events. So it's been about damn near 3 weeks since we talked current events on here. A lot has happened. And I think I got everything covered, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? I think I do. You know what I mean? Y'all bear with me. I think.
Have been in uproar.
Before we unpack anything.
Hey, Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine. Had to lock in with the children this weekend. Excellent job with the youth. I seen it. I watched it online. Shout out to you and Vine Mays. They came on the show and told us about the lock-in that they were doing with the youth. They did it last week at the Schroeder YMCA, I believe. So, and it went off. Really? It was nice. So, yeah, shout out to Jasmine and Vine for that. Yeah, they had kids there doing yoga and poetry, and it was dope. And they had a lot of kids there, too. So, shout out to them for that. Big turnout. Big turnout.
You know,
shout out Tia. Hey, Tia. What up, Dave?
You know, Joey defended his Glizzy eating championship.
Yeah, and somebody ran up on stage.
Yeah, he choked somebody out
and still won.
All while eating the Glizzy.
All while going
the Glizzy bareback too.
Bareback Glizzy. No, it don't be getting all that water that you took.
Bareback Glizzy.
That's what I'm saying. That's going bareback, ain't it? Think about it, the analogy, bro. You know, I'm a rapper. Right. Follow my metaphors. Double entendres and shit. Keep up. And you go bareback with your Glizzy in water.
You're right.
Right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You're going bareback. Because me, if I eat a Glizzy, I need some bread and mustard. My man slammed down 63 of them hoes, no bread. Naked. Bareback. 63 of them. Yeah, he the GOAT. Niggas will be ill. I can't watch that.
We're getting to that actually.
That's what happens over here at Old Slicktalk. We get in this atmosphere and we sit down and we talk with this Ricardo and the marijuana and the vibes. It just flows. So Mike set me right up for my next topic, which is all of you Negroes who are judging straight Negroes for watching P-Valley.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
They're out there.
It's a vein of niggas on my social media. Look, you know who you are. You know who you are. You're trying to condemn me for a show that I fell in love with because of time. Now I'm explaining to you how I even became a fan of P-Valley. Tyreek, Power, right? I was hooked on Tyreek's season of Power. As Power was going off, they were promoting this show with these beautiful black women with big old booties stripping on a show. Up, you got Harvey. I don't even need to know what the motherfucker is about. It could be in another language. You hear me though? I don't give a fuck. I'm watching this shit.
It's like Players Club.
Nah, you know what I'm saying?
You appreciate the art.
I appreciate the art.
I show up for Mercedes. I stay for the wings.
But the show was created by a black gay man.
Hey,
black gay director.
More power to that brother.
Patrick Ian Poe, right?
I thought Katori Hall came up with the show.
Patrick Ian Poe.
I thought he writes it. I thought it's Katori's show though. No. Like 50 Cent, it's 50 Cent show, but the chick writes it.
No,
she writes Power.
This is Patrick. He partnered with somebody.
So Katori Hall is who he partnered with.
Yeah, partnered with it for her to bring it to fruition.
Okay.
Kind of like her partnering with it.
Just fast forward the damn scenes.
Right.
If you don't like it, looking at it, just fast forward.
Turn your face. You don't remember when you was little and your mama used to be like, you know what I'm saying? Cover your eyes.
Right. I got to
you can watch straight, like, it's gay people have been watching straight people have sex on TV.
My thing is you same niggas talking that shit, watch The Wire, fam. Your favorite character was Omar, fam, and he was having gay sex scenes on The Wire, my nigga.
Omar is why I was comfortable coming out on it.
Yeah, Omar was having gay sex scenes, dog. You know what I mean?
I wanted to walk around with a shotgun, but apparently it's
like
frowned upon. It's frowned upon.
Not illegal.
It's not illegal,
but it's frowned upon. Like bacon, like cheating with bacon. It's not illegal.
Not illegal.
The man. Also, another one of our favorite. First of all, that show was written by someone who's of the alternative lifestyle. The Wire was. Then one of the biggest stars from the show also was Snoop, who's also an alternative lifestyle individual. Right. Also, so that's what I'm saying. One of our biggest shows in street culture had a lot of gay influences on it. I ain't heard you niggas complain about that shit one time. But because women on my timeline are watching P-Valley, you got a problem with P-Valley now all of a sudden. You see what I'm saying? That shit is so corny to me, man.
But
that toxic masculinity shit is so corny, bro.
But did it originate from the men or did the women say something?
It's actually women trying to kind of co-sign that shit. I had a motherfucker say to me earlier, like, they don't know that I do a podcast, one. But they asked me, like, that was weird. You did a review on P-Valley? Like, yeah, I watched the show. And then, first of all, this last episode dealt with some real issues. It wasn't just about ass shaking and rapping and money being thrown in the club. It dealt with racism, colorism, classism, everything you can imagine, bro.
Hold on.
Domestic violence. This
last episode?
This last episode.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Mercedes and old girl start hooking up.
No, you're an episode behind because Mercedes wasn't even on this episode that just aired. You're a week behind.
You're a week behind.
You're a week behind.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, Mercedes and old girl.
No, they're not on this week. They're not on. This episode was about Mississippi. This is Mississippi's backstory.
Oh, Mississippi's backstory. Okay. I did.
Now let's talk about how
I don't remember none of that.
Prepared for them to do that. Let's
what?
I didn't know they were even going to go
into her backstory.
Into a backstory thing.
Then I was
ready for them to get to the next part of the actual show.
Me too. But
I didn't know that was happening.
But it kept going on and on. I thought it was just a part of the show, but it ended up being the entire episode.
The whole show.
Because they're going to bring her back.
Which I thought it was fire.
Patrick wrote the show.
I know. Yeah, he said he wrote that episode, which I thought was fire.
Yeah,
did a really good job. I thought the episode that was controversial was the one before that with Gangsta Dude being gay.
Okay, we're getting to that. Yeah, that kind of. So this season, now I'm getting to this season because I fell in love with first season, so that's why I'm still watching the show.
Yeah.
So this season, I can kind of tell that my man who writes the show, the people, the creators, are like, okay, we're gonna push the envelope even more this season. Like Uncle Clifford was now we're really gonna push the envelope. We're gonna have niggas that look like straight men. Right, which is not abnormal because gay men look like straight
niggas that look like niggas
are having sex with other niggas who look like niggas. Yeah. So now it's becoming a problem. It's not Jesse Smouye and his boyfriend on Empire. It's not dude on Power and his boyfriend because they give you these niggas look like me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Tattoos and shit all on it, and they're having sex with other men on television, and it's throwing niggas off. Yeah. But it's real life though. That's what I'm saying. Reality makes you cringe. For the show to be what it is, it has to have uncomfortable moments. Kendrick Lamar's album isn't for the clubs. It isn't for none of that because it has uncomfortable moments on it. The nigga has a whole song where he argues with his girlfriend, has a toxic argument for 3 minutes over a beat. Who wants to really listen to that for real? Because it makes you think about your relationship. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? He raps about his stud auntie. He has a whole song about his stud auntie. Who really wants to talk about that for real? Right. And let alone listen to rap about that. So I understand why he's not selling a whole bunch of records because it's only an audience of people who want to hear that shit for real. Who even got the stomach to be like, you know what? I'm gonna sit up and listen to this. This is some real ass shit. Have the palate for it. Yeah, who have the palate for it.
Yeah, it's really and if you look at it, I think that's what makes people nervous. Because Uncle Clifford and Lil Murda had a scene last season.
And it wasn't this uproar.
And it wasn't this much of an uproar.
It wasn't.
I think it's just because of how much reality has hit art. I think many people are kind of, and this is one of the first shows where Lil Murda didn't come out.
Right.
And that's not politically correct. Right?
Yeah, he's very DL.
Everybody's waiting on Lil Murda to come
and he
out.
Still ain't came out.
And traditionally, it actually follows the storyline Lil Murda has versus what we usually see on television.
Facts.
So, yeah.
I don't understand people's objection to Uncle Clifford because everybody loved, I can't remember his name right now, from True Blood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What was his name on True Blood?
Oh, goodness. But he was the cook and everything. Yeah. Unfortunately, he passed away too.
Yes.
As well.
Everybody loved him. Like people watch True Blood. Who watch True Blood love that character.
I'm trying to think of his name and I can't. It's right there.
Right.
Google.
Yeah.
Google, because I don't want to.
And what, he was a gay character?
Yeah.
He was a guy. You know, the cook in the kitchen.
He was a cook in the kitchen.
Okay.
You ever watched True Blood?
What?
True Blood was fire.
So yeah, we know.
Look, I can't let it like not.
Yeah, I never watched True Blood. I know what y'all talking about. I just never watched it.
You know.
Yeah,
Lafayette. Yeah. Everybody loved Lafayette. Everybody who watched every black person who watched True Blood loved Lafayette.
Tall black men are intimidating anyway. So then you put a wig and a dress on him and shit. And the character of Clifford is in power. He's not like a cowardly gay person. He stands up to street niggas, white people, everybody on the show. He go toe to toe with everybody. He don't back down from nobody. So his character isn't like a meek gay person. It's like so it's niggas who feel uncomfortable about that. It's really taking them over. Like, man, I ain't watching that shit. You don't know how many niggas said to me that, like, bro, as soon as I seen the transsexual with the beard, I cut this shit off. Like I said, I'm not gonna miss out on a piece of art that's good because it's got some gay scenes in it.
They're weird.
That's dumb to me.
First of all, Uncle Clifford is not transsexual.
Well, yeah, but you know, I'm doing the ignorance of how people talk.
I understood what you're saying. People don't understand the difference.
Maybe you are part of it. You know what? Okay.
We just be being ignorant, like we know.
Maybe I've been.
See, like that's why we had to get serious.
I used to be like, I've been teaching all this.
We play so much about this topic. That's why we had to take this time to be serious about it because we play so much about it. And I don't want niggas to think that I'm on their side with that type of super. That's some silly shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I just think people are fragile in their masculinity, and they do what they learn, and they do what they think,
or they think it's cool.
They try to react the way they think people expect them to.
You know what I'm
saying? Instead of being organic.
So you know, I'm a troll. Every nigga I seen saying something, I got right in his comments because I know you think I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like the niggas who saying it. So I know you think I'm cool. So I'm gonna get in your comment section and say I love the show.
I love the show.
I did it to about 8 niggas today. Fuck, they thread up. Had niggas like, well, okay, Scalez, I get what now you get what I was saying. But if I wouldn't have came on this thread, y'all was finna bash gay people. You was gonna bash this show and gay people. Your gay cousin and every motherfucker body.
Mind you, we minding our business. Mind you, this is a gay show made by gay people.
Yeah, for gay people.
For gay people.
They just lured a nigga like me in because it's strippers. Exactly. They lured me in because it's strippers.
It was for the people, right?
It's strippers.
It's like white people coming to BET and being upset
that it's black people on there. That's my point.
God damn it, Paul! Can you believe this shit?
That's my point.
I know it's black entertainment.
Like I know it's BET, but this is just too many niggas for me.
Even somebody like me,
kissing on top of that.
Even somebody like me,
that's like pigs.
That's adept to like the underworld. I would say like the stripper world, the pimping and hoe world, and all that, bro. Androgynous gay men are all in that world, boss. Like if you don't know that, then you're not hip to the culture at all. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like most house moms are Uncle Cliffords. Like.
I don't understand how so many niggas be having a problem with that shit, but you dress like them.
You wear purses.
As a matter of fact,
you got purses on.
The labels you wear are designed by us.
Right.
Most of the shit is.
You sounded like a commercial.
Shout out.
Their design.
Time out. I'll bring it back home. Because you know I like to bring all this shit. I like to bring all this shit local.
Yeah.
So we'll bring it home. Some of y'all favorite rappers who drip y'all bite after you see the photo shoot. Quentin from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Super Dope Closet Q, styled him. 21 Savage, Young Dolph, rest in peace. All these niggas who shit y'all be biting after y'all see them on the gram. Q went and picked their clothes out and put that shit on for them. And Q's gay. Black Ink, yeah, Q from Milwaukee, from right here, nigga. Yeah. All the Migos, everybody Gucci, man. Oh, Gucci, you see what Gucci had on? Yeah, Q. Pick that shit out, boss.
I don't know. No, I really don't. I don't know an actual straight man who's comfortable in his sexuality that allows things like this to rattle them.
Right. No, man, come on.
Like I do not just like I always find it humorous.
I think that's weird. Like if you think me weird watching the show, I think you being turned off by it. It's weird.
It's because it's triggering them, and that's the thing. And a lot of times, if there's something that's happened in their past or something, that they can't actually that they can't even comment on. That's what it comes for. So it's like if you if you have some issues that you need to work out within yourself, then people like myself, having to be life coach, but people like myself, we're here to shameless plug. We're there's people that can help you.
I go back to the Kendrick Lamar point. He rapped about a lot of shit that's uncomfortable. You don't want to listen to that 100 times. You listen to a nigga say Percocet, Molly Percocet 1,000 times. Don't even do drugs. You don't even do drugs. But you don't want to hear a nigga rap about his stud auntie. You see what I'm saying? Like, and how that was that person that raised him, taught him how to bust a gun and do all this shit that he learned how to do. Didn't no man teach him that. A woman taught him that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you don't want to hear that though, because you might have a gay cousin who's the realest motherfucker in your family. Now that's triggering something in you. Now you don't want to listen to Kendrick Lamar rap about this. He's your favorite rapper, but you don't want to hear him today rap about that.
I think
you see what I'm saying? You don't want to hear him rap about how having a father at home could be a good and a bad thing. My dad Kendrick raps about how his dad was still in the streets. So that wasn't a good influence on him when he was coming home. He wanted to be like Lil Dog at Menace. Let me see the guns, Stacy and all that type. You know what I mean? Let me see this. Let me shoot that motherfucker. That's what Kendrick said he seen growing up. Now, as he got older, his dad got reformed, and you know what I'm saying? But he said, if I could have lost my life trying to be like my dad, young. You see what I'm saying? So he like having it, but who wants to hear a nigga rap about that type of shit? You see what I'm saying? We go to music, we want to be here with it. We don't want to be hearing a nigga like, dog, you talking about my life, man. Take this shit off.
They're trying to escape reality.
Trying to escape reality. You know what I mean?
They definitely try to escape reality.
And Pussy Valley, P Valley is based on reality. That's not a fantasy show. You know how a lot of these shows are written like fantasy? I don't know how many of you niggas watch Greenleaf, but Greenleaf is a based on reality sitcom show, though. It's get what I'm saying? It's like they're like soap operas.
I was so mad when
soap operas are based on reality at the end of the day. Soap operas the original reality television.
I mean, no gossip good as church gossip. Amazing. Oh, come like
all the tea. All the tea. But yeah, for those who haven't seen P Valley and any of my brothers, if the gay scenes make you feel a certain type of way, just turn your head, my G. That's it. All you gotta do is turn your head. You gotta look past that shit.
Guess what? Guess what? About 2 minutes later, it's gonna be a naked woman.
Woman up there.
And that's all right. You call your DL boyfriend and y'all can talk about it.
Now the only complaint I had about the episode that you did see
definitely shots
was that Mercedes and that lady didn't eat a coochie on camera for me.
Oh my
now God. Murder and Teak, they made out and did some, and May had a whole pre-scene, then a scene after the scene. Right. All we got to see was her go down on Mercedes, and then it faded to black.
Right.
So that's my complaint, producers. Keep it fair.
Well, they was new lesbians. They was new lesbians.
That's all right.
She didn't really have the strap-ons and all the.
No, I want strap-ons. We just want to see them lick. We don't want the. You know, men, we don't really want the toys.
Neither one of them knew what they was doing yet, but they might grow to that.
So, but we want to see it. I want to see the fuck up. I want to see the blooper reel.
Yeah,
the blooper reel.
Yeah, let me see the blooper reel.
The producer cuts.
The producer cuts.
I want to see
shit that made the editors slow.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I will see.
I fast forwarded that one.
Look at it.
See, Mike, you ain't being fair, bro.
Just like these niggas.
Yeah.
I was so
like these niggas, bro.
This is me, Patrick. Where's the niggas?
Where's the equality?
But you like when the hoes get on the pole, though. See, I think that's when we all meet even at.
Yeah, I like that.
We all meet there. That's our common ground. It's a strip club. When the bitches hit the pole, the gays, the straights, we all like,
I love
look at the bitch.
Look at
that's
she's
because that's challenge.
Yeah, we all like,
it's not.
I want to learn. I want to learn how to do all that.
I appreciate it.
Me too. Yeah, because I've been to strip clubs with Mike. You know, I mean, Mike ain't turning down no lap dances now. Shit.
No, I don't.
They running up on Mike too. They don't give a fuck. They don't know Mike gay. Shit, they running right up on Mike. And Mike ain't turning them down. No. Either.
It's
He enjoys it.
It's their job.
He enjoys it, ladies and gentlemen. It was more than just work for her and them. We went to 2 strip clubs when he went to Miami with me in March. 2.
It's their job.
It's their job.
Like he's supporting the economy.
I am supporting the economy. Exactly. And when I become a politician, that's what I'm going to say. It's their job and I'm supporting the economy.
So, I had you guys here because, and I want to get this out the way so we can get silly again. Roe versus Wade was overturned while we were gone. And in the process of that being done, I did some homework on it, and Black people The word abortion is not in the Constitution. Their thing about overturning Roe versus Wade is that that's not in the Constitution. Well, guess what else ain't in the Constitution? African American or the word black. Right. So just stay on point with that, my people. Now I'm gonna get to how it affects these individuals. I did more research. The shit that just got passed by Obama for gay marriage is overturned in the Roe versus Wade Act.
No, but what it has the potential to do.
It's on the table to be overturned now.
Because the same argument that was made, which is why.
So gay's not in the Constitution either, so it can be overturned.
But the same law or amendment or place in the Constitution, I can't really.
So Texas has all of that on the ballot. All of it.
All of
it. The Civil Rights Act, Gay Marriage Act, everything is on the table in Texas, where they're trying to repeal it all.
So and they're also trying to remove the word slavery as well too. So they're also trying to take that out.
And let's be all the way
they talked about reversing the other shit, the Roe versus Wade shit with the schools.
It's not the same as us where a majority of people, or you have to get a consensus of people to actually sign a petition and all of that in order for these type of things to get on the ballot. That's not what's happening in Texas. In Texas, the Secretary of State can actually put things on the ballot themselves. So they don't need a consensus. They can just put it on the ballot. So we don't want to appear that there's this group of people that have pushed for that to happen. It's been put on by the Secretary of State.
Well, there is a group of neoconservatives.
It made me sound real loud.
Right. But they're pushing it.
But they're pushing it.
The neoconservatives are pushing it.
They're pushing it.
Yeah.
They want to go back to being segregated in Texas.
So here's the argument. The argument can happen. The argument that's being used by a black man over the same amendment, that was used to help interracial marriage, which is something
he's married to a white woman.
Yeah, exactly. And Jenny Thomas, who tried to overthrow the government, allegedly.
Yeah, she was a part of this
insurrection. She was a part of January 6th insurrection. So this is all coming from a black man. He wrote the opinion. So what he signaled to these type of states like Texas and like, I don't want to say Georgia, but places like Florida and other places is that, hey, if y'all bring this, we might be able to do something about it. Okay, so he has a conservative court, a 6-3 majority, and they're doing a lot with that. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. The abortion thing is strictly for white people. They're trying to save
their race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
That was the original idea.
That was the original idea. My issue is, and this is where I get to the woman thing. Who made you the coochie, boss?
Right.
Who made you the boss of the coochie, fam? Like, that's what I'm saying. You're not God. That's always, and I preach this on this show. My mama used to preach this. Rest in peace. America's biggest mistake is that they try to play God, boss. I'm telling you, that's why this country isn't blessed the way you see other countries be blessed. Like, how do they get to Dubai? Because them people don't play with God, fam. That's what I'm saying. They don't play with Allah over there. It's not a game. They praying when they got to pray. They wearing the shit. So they're being blessed. Over here, we play God. We've changed bodies. We change people. We give people children to people. We take people children. We play God over here. We do whatever the fuck we want to do. You see what I'm saying? We tell you what right you got. Human right that you were born with. We'll take that from you. No, it ain't yours. You can't do what you want to do with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know in certain states that if a woman is raped, you know what I mean, or a medical condition, they can do abortion still. It's not.
No, abortion is still legal in certain states. It really does up to the states.
Yeah. Because the U.S. government got tired of arguing this shit because they've been arguing this shit since Roe versus Wade got passed, pretty much. And that was in the 80s, right?
They didn't get tired. They just, certain people played the long game. You have Republicans who stole Supreme Court seats so that they were able to reverse decisions like this, like Roe v. Wade, gay marriage.
But okay, so Mike, what I'm saying is what's the difference in them doing that than what Lincoln did with slavery? That's the same thing. All right, I'm tired of this shit. You know what? It's banned, but it's up to the states, though. He put an asterisk there. Hey, you want to keep slavery?
Well, that was a concession he had to make to get it done.
So that's what I'm saying. But that's damn near the same thing now. It was a long, drawn-out argument, rebuttal. They were going back and forth, but he had to make a decision. Like, okay, this is not
more so compared to after Lincoln, which is after Reconstruction, which is when the guy who, after he was assassinated, the guy that was a Johnson. Or was it Jackson?
Jackson. Yeah, Jackson. Dude on the $5. Dude on the money, right?
No.
He ain't on the money. No.
That's Andrew Jackson. And he's pre Abraham.
Oh, no. I'm talking about who's after Abraham.
His name is Jackson.
Jackson. Jackson. Okay. So the guy who's after Abraham Lincoln when he got shot, because back then the person who lost second place
won
the vice presidency, which is why that stopped. So he reversed everything that happened during Reconstruction. So those how some laws and things were happening. What you saw on January 6th has happened before. In North Carolina.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's why I'm saying it's the same thing.
The KKK and all of that showed up, just like the KKK showed up on January 6th, but we're not talking about that. And so it's really about us being engaged in all levels of government. I think for so long, Black people have just been kind of fantasized the presidency. We're like, okay, we get to pick who's presidency. Oh my God, Kamala Harris is vice president, forgetting the fact that you need the Senate, you need the House, you need the Supreme Court,
you need everything.
You need all the levels. You need everybody working in the same direction. And right now,
somebody wasn't paying attention to 8th grade.
Has there been a Kamala Harris sighting? But here's the thing: there's not supposed to be a Kamala Harris sighting.
It's not.
She's a vice president.
Al Gore did a lot when he was vice president.
No,
yes, he did, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying. She's supposed to be. If the president wants her to be,
Al Gore started recycling. He got the recycling shit cracking. That blue garbage can at your house came from Al Gore, and the fucking internet came from Al Gore, bro. So what you can't tell me a vice president don't do nothing while they in office. That's what they do.
That ain't what I said. I said it's not for the vice president to be the most vocal person you see.
No, but to be seen, the bitch ain't been seen.
The bitch ain't supposed to be.
Where is the bitch?
Not the bitch. Hey, Kamala, we love you.
It's not the bitch.
I don't like neither one of them motherfuckers.
I told y'all that shit before the shit started. Y'all talking that Trump shit.
She's the second in command.
I said it's the lesser of two evils, boss.
She's the backup. She's the sidekick.
Red or blue pill.
She's Robin, not Batman. She ain't supposed to be out front. That ain't her job. Her job is that nigga croak. She jump out front. That's her job.
She ain't supposed to say nothing.
She's just supposed to be ready with if that nigga fall out. She's supposed to be ready.
Like he fell off that bike.
Yep.
She was ready that
day. When he fell off the bike, she jumped up. Y'all didn't see it on camera. She was like, Joe. All right. She was ready.
Getting ready to change the shoes.
She was ready to do the O. He fell. She held
say, Mike? Slicktalk with Scalez. Kizzy said Slicktalk with Scalez. That's what this shit is, man. You might get called a bitch over here. I said Harriet Tubman had dildos on here, so ain't nobody safe. You know what I'm saying?
Made out of wood.
Yeah, nobody's safe.
Whoa.
That's
yeah.
What you think they made dildos out of in the 1800s?
Man, Black people was very creative back then. Right. Man, don't tell them what we was doing.
They whittled the dick.
Dawg said, I just came here to randomly shout out the Blackout Street team, bringing the old school promotions back to the city. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Tattooed the city of Milwaukee with the Blackout posters. You woke up the next morning, them motherfuckers was everywhere. And they still up, too. Shout out to the city of Milwaukee for leaving them motherfuckers up. I fuck with y'all. Guess you got to be whacked for them to take your shit down.
Well, the rain came and, wiped out a lot of it. But, if you see the van, that's me.
It's up there. Moving on from that, McDonald's gate.
Oh God.
Explain this to me because I'm not real versed.
So a young man did a skit where he bought his son some McDonald's and didn't bring any of his baby mother's other children anything to eat. And this went viral. I mean, viral, like Breakfast Club, everywhere.
Y'all found out what niggas to leave on red.
Now you're paying attention.
To separate the real ones from the fake.
So, because dig this, I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. Coming from a nigga who dealt with women with children and a nigga who got millions of nieces and nephews and all that. I'm gonna tell you something my grandmother taught me as a child. And baby's gonna eat. You understand what I'm saying? I'll feed the baby before I feed her. That's my point. That's all I got to say about shit.
This is very gray area-ish. The whole conversation is gray area because it's all dependent upon different factors, right? Did my kid call me and say, "Daddy, I'm hungry"?
But if he called me and said he was hungry, I'm coming to get him if I know it's other kids over there.
Yeah.
You don't do
I
that.
don't know how.
I'm telling you,
know if it's
I was raised by a grandmama who fed the block, G. You don't do that to children, my nigga. You feed babies. Period. End of discussion.
But there were people actually arguing that he only participated in the creation of one child. And here is my thing.
If I fuck with you, your kids is a package deal.
If you felt like
what if you don't fuck with him?
Well, then go pick up your child.
Go pick up your child and take them to get something to eat.
Because first of all,
but if I fuck with you,
eat that meal by themselves, whether you think that's
they finna share anyway.
They finna share that because there's 50 kids in there. You really think your kids finna eat that by themselves? Come on, think about it.
My only issue with the whole entire thing is that it was McDonald's.
Yeah, that was my issue too.
I
said my baby eat Elsa's and shit. She'd have called me like, "Daddy, order me that 12 piece, all flats." You know what I'm saying? Like. Straight
up.
No,
I'm with you on that. It's like, and I was raised that way too. Everybody eats.
Yeah, the babies
eat. The kids. Whatever happens between you and the adult.
If I ain't got enough money to feed all the kids, then I'm coming to get mine and feed mine. But if I got enough to make sure everybody
eats. Her level of culpability in this situation, because obviously, bitch, you get Quest. You said it. You said it. So you didn't manage your money right to have food in the house.
True,
right?
She did.
So now because my child wants to eat, I'm expected to feed all of your children, and you didn't manage the state assistance that you get for having all these kids.
I'm not responsible for feeding all of your children, but if I know if it's a situation where you done fucked off your Quest and my baby is in this house with her brothers and sisters, I'm feeding them kids. Yeah. If I got wind of it, if I get wind of that's if I get wind of that. You see what I'm saying?
Again, y'all know how I do things, right? So I'm saying my kids' brothers, because my two kids have two brothers. Mm-hmm. If they hungry, they gonna eat, right? However, I can't fault a nigga who says I can't do that. What if he ain't got it?
So you take your kid with you. You take your kid with you. You do not take food into you don't come on kids at schools. I was a teacher. I learned this early too. Even being a kid in school and taking treats to school. Mm-hmm. You don't take one for your best friend. You take enough for everybody. Even the bitch you hate that sit in the back of the classroom, she gets a cupcake today.
She might get the one that fell over.
Yeah, she might get the one that smashed or whatever, but she's gonna get one. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't do that to children. Now adults, eat for each his own. Dog eat dog. But children, no, bro, you feed children, my nigga. I'm feeding kids, boss. Period. Motherfucker can call me and borrow some money for their kids before I loan them something. You understand what I'm saying? I'll do for the children before I do for an adult any day, bro. About anything, if I can, you know what I mean? If I can feed it or afford it, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you know what I mean? But I agree with Mike on that. It was a lot of niggas who got exposed.
So if he can't afford it and he pick up his kid and take them to go eat, he gonna get the same anger.
What you think is a lose-lose either way?
It's a lose-lose.
But I feel like he was being responsible. His responsibility is the child, and all he can afford is to feed his child at this point. He can't feed everybody in that.
Okay, but she still was gonna give him the same pat that she gave
for feeding his baby.
Yep. Because he didn't feed the other one.
So basically what you're saying, damned if you do,
damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like it's a fucked up situation for anybody to be upset at that man for not feeding kids that's not his own. If he ain't got it, he ain't got it. Maybe he didn't have time to take his kid to go get something to eat. He brought it on the way. Hey, I gotta go to work.
Yeah, but your kid, you can't feed that kid in front of a house full of hungry kids, boss. You can't. That's
they
fucked
share
up.
It,
Morally, that's fucked up. You can't do that.
Smart about what you buy.
You can't do that.
You go get Popeyes. You go get all 12 pieces.
You got $5.
Yeah, you get me 12 pieces of chicken, nigga.
You could go get some
12 pieces of chicken for $5.
No, you could get 5. No, you can
get 5
pieces for 12.
Where?
Popeyes.
Get the fuck out of here. First of all, Popeyes ain't even got no damn chicken.
Oh yeah,
let's start there.
Go to JJ's.
You're not spending $5 to get 12 pieces of chicken.
No, Yeah, $7.99 for this.
You gotta feed the shorty away from the kid.
Yeah, you
gotta great. But you still gonna catch that same hat.
Put him in your car. Let him come sit in the car and eat the McDonald's, and then send his ass back in the house or something. Ride around with you until he done eating or something.
I'm not saying
him in that lion's den with food. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't feed the other kids. I'm saying there's a gray area because you don't know how much that man got in his pocket. Yeah. You counting his pockets first of all, and that's fucked up on top. Yeah. Stop counting that nigga pockets.
Don't bring no fast food to my house if you can't feed all the children that's at my house.
Okay. Well, then I'm coming
don't
to get my
bring fast
baby.
food to my house, period, because we don't eat that.
Because if your child hungry, chances are the rest of these kids hungry.
Facts.
And if you're not prepared to feed all these children, don't bring one McDonald's. Guess what? I got to deal with the other 15 want a McDonald's. You brought that one McDonald's.
Thank you, Crystal.
I can feed her. I can feed the rest of the kids off my food stamps. And guess what? Feed them with no complaint. If the one kid you brought McDonald's didn't have McDonald's. See how you just fucked up my situation? Keep your McDonald's at your house.
Exactly.
Negro. Simple.
It's amazing how much hate and how big of an argument this came off of the skit.
Off a skit.
This is
bro, it made it all the way to the Breakfast Club, bro. Charlamagne and them had a whole debate about that shit. Like Steve Harvey, everybody's talking about this shit, bro, off a skit. You know what I'm saying?
But then you see the other skit behind it, which is the all the baby daddies coming, bringing all their kids food, and then she didn't get no food, so then she was mad. So it's
like, now where my food?
Yeah, you don't get no food.
You're like, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That'd have been the crazy part too. He'd have brought food for all them kids, and she'd have been like, "Where mine at?"
No, that's what somebody said. Somebody said that in the comments too.
That's what happened in the skit.
We live in such an entitlement era. Most of the stuff we normalize these days will be met with extreme force or moral ridicule based off people's impulsive emotions. Shout out Yola. Absolutely. That's my point. And I don't know. I guess it's because I was raised by a grandmother. A lot of people didn't have old grandmamas. My grandmama was from the sharecropping era. So she thought different. She was programmed and wired different.
No, I grew up in a blended family. So there was multiple different families helping come together at the same time. So a person coming home saying, "I'm just gonna feed my kids," was not going to go.
Bro, I grew up broke.
Everybody fed everybody.
I stole bread so my brothers and sisters could eat. How about that? So when you get to talking about, I gotta feed everybody, motherfucker, I ain't got no money to feed nobody. But what I do got, we gonna eat. And if somebody else around here, hey, guess what? That's on y'all. That's on y'all. But I grew up with no money, with nothing. Mm-hmm. So I understand how a motherfucker can say, I ain't got it. Because if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You can't. You're not Jesus. You're not going to turn water to wine or turn one loaf of bread into 50.
But my point is,
a pound of meat and some noodles to make food to take it out.
But for mine, that's my point. So my thing is even for mine,
you gotta think outside the box.
If mine's is hungry, like you just said for your brothers and sisters, if mine's is hungry, I'm gonna rob and steal for mine to eat.
Exactly.
Period.
That's what I did.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean?
But if it was other kids over there and they was looking to eat after I stole to get it, guess what?
But I'm saying,
take your ass home.
If everybody in the house, if we all under one roof, I'm feeding everybody under the roof when I go to steal. I'm stealing enough for everybody.
I just understood. I understood both points. I thought she was a little arrogant about it.
Yeah. Very arrogant.
I'm gonna expose you. I don't know what you could be exposed in court because we are wondering why you have that many children
and no quest.
Right.
So we're trying to
sold your quest.
Yeah, what happened?
So you could go get some Jordans.
So we weren't completely just judging him, but I did want to understand if you knew there were multiple children. McDonald's got a whole value.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah, family.
Guess what? My wallet.
Dollar that menu together and put some meals together.
My wallet is not a fucking what they call it? The government gave us money. A stimulus.
Somebody said
my wallet, not the stimulus.
Somebody said, note to self: don't be around dying when you're hungry. You gonna starve. On the skit,
not if I ain't got it. If I got it, you ain't gonna starve.
So hold on the skit.
But if I ain't got it, you gonna be hungry.
On the skit, she stated she didn't get her stamps to the 11th. Based on that statement alone, she had the capacity to feed them. She managed the stamps. If she managed the stamps properly. So you have to look at it from all sides. Yeah. What if he really don't have it to feed them all? Does he not feed his seed because he can't afford to feed them all?
No. He would have been better off.
I can't buy food for everybody.
Giving old girl, you could have been better off giving old girl a few dollars and letting that black mama do what she do. Because most of them gonna figure out.
I like that more than by getting them.
I like that better than you bringing one.
I take you to the grocery store.
I know exactly what she would have did.
You want to go to the grocery store?
So she'd have rolled my money up into a blunt. That's what she would have did. Stop playing with me.
You sound like
stop playing with me. No, stop playing with me.
She said no.
Right.
He offered to feed.
Oh, he offered to feed the kid in the car too.
He says, because that's why I was looking at the whole thing. He said he'll feed the shorty in the car. She didn't want that. Take your shorty away so he can eat. Period. At the end of the day, if you harboring my son and he hungry, it's a whole different story.
So I guess that's maybe where my mind went. I didn't even go to where Don talking about fuck her. Yeah. My baby is hungry. You see what I'm saying? I'm not concerned with nothing else going on in the world, but that my child want to eat right now. I'm like that right now, and my baby ain't in a hostile situation.
When you focus like that, my child is hungry. The fuck I care about all these other kids for?
But hold on, my child lives in a house with other children. My child don't live by itself in an apartment by itself.
The nigga bought a Happy Meal, which lets me know them kids is probably there. Them kids is probably there first. So you knew the bitch had 3 kids. That's why you was fucking it, because you knew it was good.
Yeah.
And now here you come back with one fucking Happy Meal. Yeah. You sick of it now. You don't want to part of it.
Yeah.
You sick of your shit.
You know what Mike said.
He knew it was good. We're not having it.
What Mike said.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You gotta. People get these things in their head where they be like, "Oh, it's gotta go this way. It's gotta go that way." You don't. We all done
struggled before.
It's great. It's right.
People done struggled before, right? So all you're saying is, if you knew the chick had multiple children at the house, where the fuck are you going? Meal.
Yeah,
you bringing it in the house. Not even just the one meal, like Kenzie said. Bringing it in the house, Don. It ain't even about that. Just what he offered to feed. Okay, so then that's another element. I didn't know that fact of the argument.
So I got one.
So now she's at fault. Right. Now it's back on her again. But I'm saying the initial thing was him bringing this baby McDonald's in front of a house full of children. That's a no. Period. No. It's a no.
Don't do that.
You don't do that.
No.
Like Crystal said, Crystal on what I'm on. She mismanaged her shit. You know, I'm supposed to come.
I'm agreeing with that. And shit happens.
Took all the children. When one came up to pick up one and two.
Yeah,
they picked up everybody.
Everybody got
picked up.
Let me go to stepmama house and they not feed me. And I come back and tell Betty Mitchell that lady didn't feed me.
As a matter of fact,
they feed me. All right.
That's what they used to do. They feed you like, you know what, Jay?
Yeah. They'll make sure you eat because they don't want no smoke. But that's where I'm going back to what Yola was saying. That's where I'm going back to what Yola is saying. You can see the separation of generations.
Yeah, you sit your baby up here hungry.
You can see the separation in generations. We in an entitlement era where everybody feel like somebody owe them something. You supposed to, and I agree with Don on that. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers shit that, like he said, now our compass and our tolerance for shit is higher than it was back when the OGs was around. Because it wasn't no gray area with them. It was either this or that. Period. You see what I'm saying? Wasn't no gray area. Now it's gray areas and everything because people be gray. People don't be black and white as they used to be. Now they be gray. You know what I'm saying?
No, you ain't fucking off the house.
Meemaw had a motherfucking deep freezer. Yeah. What's happening?
Well, she kind of knew how to cook. So.
She knew how to cook too.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of these heifers shouldn't cook. They shouldn't. Y'all be trying to encourage them so they don't know.
They just not good.
That's not okay.
That's why I'm getting to my point of generational shit.
Some of that
generational shit.
Use his phone and Google a recipe.
Say that. YouTube is a thing. YouTube is a thing. You can learn how to cook anything on earth.
That don't mean it's gonna be good.
Yeah, that don't mean that.
Shit, it is if you follow the directions.
Not necessarily.
I'm a cook, and this stuff I still can't cook.
As I get older, my palate is very selective.
Yeah,
you ain't got if you can't cook, baby, we ain't pressing.
It may not be as good as grandma's, but it's gonna be good if you
get close. I get close.
Right. So stop playing with me, man.
Listen,
we make more excuses for niggas than the police. We make so many excuses.
No, I don't want to. When it comes to food, that's different.
I'm gonna do some cooking.
Your food gotta be
I don't want your shit. I don't experiment with none of that shit.
I'll take a spoonful of it.
Right. I'm cool.
Right.
Experiment with
like Ken said, with 5 kids, she probably got $5,345,298 worth of EBT.
So maybe
how she run out?
We're assuming she lives in Wisconsin.
Maybe she sold some of it at the pay rent or something.
Maybe she left
She sold it for some weed.
Gas is high right now.
She live in the South. They don't
Because
get
you motherfuckers can't stop smoking weed. That's what
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes
Come on,
people
man.
have to self-medicate to deal with the woes
that she
of
dealing
living
with
in this godforsaken country.
You don't know what she had to
Say no to drugs.
That's how it's like. I was on Fox News right there.
Say no to drugs.
Yeah.
They're gonna take that report.
You just had a dairy commercial.
Right. This godforsaken country.
But you know what? If they have chronic pain concerns, that could be a potential way that they're, trying to handle it.
She had no food in there, but I bet you she had that weed.
Should you be leery? Should you be leery of it was about women, but I'm gonna make it just about a partner. Period. Should you be leery of a partner if they don't have like BFFs?
Yep.
A girl did a skit on a platform. Well, not a skit, but she said on this platform on this podcast that men should be leery of women who don't have any best friends.
Yeah.
Because then that shows that they have like commitment issues. And I double back to say, well, that goes for men too. I'm leery if you don't have nobody.
You niggas more committed to your friend than you is your woman. So
that's a whole other conversation.
It doesn't really. I'm like, your study ain't working because the flip of that, it ain't flipping. The math ain't math on the other end.
If you don't have friends, you can't have a relationship. You just can't do it. Because you can't have a relationship, you can't have exactly. You can't relate to me because you can't even relate to. You don't even have a friend.
Where's your moral compass? I don't know.
Right.
I can't measure.
Why don't you have friends?
I'm gonna go a different direction though with it, because if you're going through like a whole healing journey and things like that, the people that used to be your friends are not gonna be your friends anymore because they're not gonna be able to go ahead and continue on that journey.
But as you go to that next level,
you're gonna have
more
people
absorb new people.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
you are gonna attract more people coming to you. But in between
agreeing with what you're saying, like, okay, I'll take somebody for example. Malcolm X. So like when Malcolm X made his change and he changed, remember he went back to look for West Indian Archie Mill. He went back and looked for Spike Lee's character, the niggas that he was in the streets with and shit, just to see how they was doing. You know what I mean, man? Bring them our lives word, but at the same time, he just wanted to see how they were doing. And that's what lets you know about where he came from. Like if I was a brother following Malcolm around and I just joined the mosque, all I would know is Malcolm from the mosque. But when he goes see West Indian Archie and I see this thug, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I get where you come from. Now I can connect who you are. You see what I'm saying? Like that, I don't know. I just think like
Malcolm
you said,
is bisexual, by the way.
Was he really? I never knew that. Learn something new every day.
Malcolm X ate glizzies.
Yeah, I never knew he ate glizzies. I knew he ate white
they
women.
got pork in them.
I knew he ate white women, but I didn't know he. I ain't know he ate glizzies though. Learn something new every day. Speaking of eating glizzies. R&B verses.
Man, that ate the biggest glizzy of
Shout out to Mario. We want to say thank you.
No, shout out to Mario.
Yeah,
for actually taking it serious. Unlike other people who were there, the other 9 niggas who were there who didn't take it serious. Shout out to Mario for actually like taking it serious.
Oh, we also want to give a shout out to Sam.
Yeah, Sammy was singing on that one.
Man, he didn't get much time.
But
he had about 8 minutes. It's a little 8 minutes. He sang.
He's like, oh yeah, he can really sing.
Yeah, it's like 8 minutes. He sang.
Hey, niggas realize Mario was from Baltimore. He with the shits because he talked shit that whole.
Well, I mean, he talked shit to a very nice guy. Omarion's a really nice guy.
He talked that shit to everybody out
there. Omarion reminds me of that Eminem lyric, like, it's Clarence. Clarence has really nice parents. Like, that's who Omarion is to me. Like, it's Omarion. His brother, his brother Orion. They eat watermelon. They're really nice guys. They don't wear shoes and they wear shells and shit around their neck. Like,
is that what you think? I think he's the guy that throws the rock in
No, what I'm saying is he's not Mario was up there like, what's happening, nigga? He not, Omarion's not that ever, because that's what J Boog does to Omarion. And whenever J Boog from B2K does that to him, Omarion goes in the shell. He's not that character. And that's not him. Little Fist or get beat up, and he ain't that, but he'll try to wear it at least. Get what I'm saying? Omarion doesn't wear it at all. Like he is literally like, even when Mario was shooting at him, he like, you funny, bro. Yeah. Nigga like Ray J or somebody would have been up there like, nigga, hold on. You know what I'm saying? You see how Ray J was acting just because they was singing his song. He was looking at them niggas like, I'll fight every one of you niggas.
Mario wasn't fucking with nobody.
Man, no.
Tank came up there.
He talked shit to Tank. Yeah, he talked shit to Tank.
You can't sing neither.
And he told Jeremiah that too. Yep. He said, you niggas sound horrible on the microphone. He said, you niggas sound horrible.
Y'all sound horrible.
He said, dog brought all of LA up this motherfucker. Right. And I've been up here just me and my band and my DJ.
Yeah, somebody with him and it was him, Sammy. Who else was on the stage?
I'm talking about during his performance.
No,
he didn't bring out anybody. Omarion brought out everybody. I was waiting on Chris Brown.
He brought out the fake B2K.
Yeah, well, that was funny. Yeah, the fake B2K was hilarious.
No, he started the shit off. I really watched the recap.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
But I'm with it though. I liked it. Mario was dope.
That was hilarious.
I didn't know.
Mario earned his money.
Ray J was funny. Till my baby's born. Like what? Like till my baby's born. Till my baby's born.
No, actually, you sound better than he did.
Yeah,
he actually said.
Brandy was so upset.
She was mad.
I thought she was gonna go.
He embarrassed Miss Brandy, man.
She ain't no better, Miss Poem. I have a poem. It was like, look,
but she was playing in her Moesha character.
She's not gonna get on that stage.
But when she got up there at the BET Awards, and when she got up there at the BET Awards with Jack Harlow, she spit her bars too.
Okay, hold on. Ain't nobody finna give Brandy class because she waited until she was 50 fucking years old to learn how to sing.
No, Brandy been able to sing, Mike. You tripping.
Y'all not gonna play with
No, you not finna play with us.
No.
First
early
let's be very
she
clear.
was
no.
I've been watching Brandy. I watched the Black Cinderella.
By the time Boy Is Mine
Black
came out, she
Cinderella
had her shit together.
So she wasn't singing on the Black Cinderella.
You really finna count that?
Was she singing though?
But
I asked a simple question. Was she singing on it?
Singing alongside Whitney Houston, you can really count.
Man, but was she singing?
She was doing something.
Yes, because
what I'm saying about Boy
Is
Mine came out.
Brandy had her shit after she got coached by Whitney, bro. She started killing their ass.
Say what you said in the beginning. After what happened?
You already know. we knew from Cinderella what was going on.
But don't forget the part that Ray J also was involved in that as well.
Man.
He was also with Whitney, but we have to
Now we know Michael J. Curtis is a Monica fan.
We all know. I'm on purpose. Okay, but that's not why I'm saying.
I like them both equally.
I like them both equally too.
Yeah.
Now the person who has the hit,
Brandy look good too. Brandy's aged very well. She's aged very well.
But Monica look.
Brandy, and Ray J. They both aged very well.
They all aged really well. Now, we're gonna give it to them now. And I love that she has a voice now.
Mike, she's been able to sing for about 20 years, 25 years now, bro. It's been a while.
I know Brandy, okay? I grew up in the 90s. Moesha,
Mike,
what they call it, Full Moon, all that. I knew it all. And y'all not gonna do this. First Brat style. I understand who she is.
Mike, I'm not talking about who she is. I'm in my R&B bag right now when I'm talking to you. This has nothing to do with Moesha, movies, television.
She has hits.
And she has some.
She got hits.
No, I'm not talking
about Warwick got hits.
I'm not talking about hits.
Rihanna got hits.
I'm not talking about hits.
Okay, what you trying to say?
She can sing.
Now, John back and put him out.
She was throaty at first. But after she got some training, she started singing from the diaphragm.
She been in the game 30.
I love her, but we're going to acknowledge where she came from.
She was 16, bro.
Sang like that. Monica was 12.
Chris Brown just said on Drink Champs and told Noriega, hell no, I can't hit them notes from Yo. He said, I didn't even have nuts when I was singing Yo. He said, I can't do none of that shit anymore. None of that shit that was on that first album, I can't see it. So he said, I sing it in this key now, my grown man key. That key I was singing in back then, that was fake. Like that's not. He said, "I get that."
He's like 13, 14.
Yeah, he was like, "That's not even real." He said he saw him for Diddy one. He said he saw him for Diddy one time, and Diddy was like, "That's too perfect. Bring his buddy in here. Let me see the other dude." And signed his partner, and then signed Chris Brown because it was too. He was like, "That's too good." Next, like, is he like? How am I gonna sell that? He like, in 2 years, you're not gonna sound like that.
Right. That was the young Michael Jackson into the mid Michael Jackson. Right?
Mike even struggled with that when he started getting acne on his face and hair on his nut.
And everything's thin.
The hair burning situation.
Got to the wrong fire. She whooped his ass and he whooped his ass. It could have been. Now y'all want to
allegedly.
Y'all don't remember?
Who you talking about? You talking about
Riri? Bro.
Riri said it was his fault. I mean, Riri said it was her fault.
It still whooped his ass. They still won't let off his ass. They still won't.
Yola said the broken hearted joint with Boys to Men. Brandy was singing on here.
She was saying.
You tripping, Mike?
With Wanye.
When she was with Wanye, who was the better singer?
They was trying to
exactly. Thank you, and we're moving on. We won't be here anymore. Y'all not gonna do this
Mike,
to me.
that's not Mike.
Wanye is dope, first of all.
He got one of the greatest voices.
He's like fire, bro. Like
exactly, and she has hits, and we're gonna give her that. She got hits. Brandy got hits.
Dang, you tweaking right now. But okay.
No, listen. I know for real. Y'all gonna put her up.
She shared a movie with Whitney and held her own.
She shared a song with Monica
and held her own,
and it's a hit.
Held her own.
A couple songs.
She had her on the song on the record.
You know what?
You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson.
Welcome back, Mike. Welcome back, Mike.
I love my best friend, but this is him.
Welcome back, Mike.
I love Monica and
That's why he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were curious as to why he's here,
y'all know.
Y'all gotta give you a gavel.
Go back and look at them tapes. Go back and look at them old.
he matches Mike. He matches Don with the takes. I tell you that much.
That's not a Don take.
So,
that's for real.
Giveon crashed and burned.
Oh,
awards, and people tried to.
I felt bad about that. That was one bad night. Now the Ray J stuff that was real.
That nigga tried to blame it on his
Giveon, that was
microphone.
one bad night. Giveon had a bad night. He couldn't hear himself.
He tried to blame it on his microphone.
He couldn't hear
he's
himself.
Mr. Auto-Tune, bro. Stop.
The tuning wasn't.
You can't do that and then do that to Brandy, bro. No,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's gotta be equal. You can't do
That's
that.
no.
You can't do
That's not his.
Brandy ain't never doing that. What Giveon did, you ain't got to ever worry about Miss Norwood doing that.
I'm gonna give it to you. She gets a great performance.
Ever.
Even back then, she gave a good
Giveon
performance.
is auto-tune, melodyne, and vocaloline.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'll make Giveon sound like $1 million.
That's what they doing right now. That's why he's selling records. That's why he hot.
He probably got a nice pen.
Oh no, he can write like a motherfucker.
He couldn't hear himself.
And then his tuning was off on the mic. See, your mic has to be keyed to whatever your tune is, and whoever was running the BET sound.
Fuck, they turned this shit off, bro.
Oh, so that's what he exposed.
That's what he
They exposed him.
Yeah,
that was almost too blatant.
And it was a perfect. It was like on that last note. Do you ever think of? You know, he go high right there because he low or he throaty and low the whole song, and then at the end when the beat go off, do you ever think of? And he was.
He really did sound like
That's how
I can't watch it. When people like, you know how you like cringe?
Yeah, it was
when
very
people sing and they mess up, I cringe.
No, it was very cringe.
It's like literally like scratching the chalkboard for me. I'll be like, oh.
It's the musician. It's the musician section. You got musician section syndrome. Yeah. That's what it is. That's musician section syndrome.
People be wondering. People always be like, "You don't never. You can't." I was like, "That's why I don't look when people crash and burn because I can't keep a straight face." Never know. Shout out to R&B Live Band. They know what I'm talking about. If they tuned in, them niggas always look right at me, bro. Them niggas always look right at me when somebody crashes and burn.
I love everything about it, but I want the sexual people to be sexual. And I want you church singers to be church singers when you're there.
Oh
if
my
you
God!
Praise and worship, don't you hump the air, and that's enough. And that's
why they can't hump the air, Mike?
Huh?
Why they can't?
No, you gotta be in the box if you just live.
No.
You can't be too.
Don't you hump the air?
Then they shouldn't do R&B Live. Then.
No. We can take it. We can take you. Evans did it in Fighting Temptations. We're gonna take it. There's a thing though. Don't hump the air. It's not your thing.
You gotta have a balance.
You gotta be sexy if you're gonna be helping here. You can sing at church, but if you ain't like a sexy church singer, if people don't come up to you and compliment your outfit or the way you look today,
right?
Don't. We not coming up to you for the looks. You're not leading praise and worship.
You just
yeah, no, you a good singer on the.
We're not leading praise and worship because you look good. You leading praise and worship because we like the way you sing.
Your voice.
You get your voice. That's it. We don't need you trying to change your image at R&B.
Speaking of praise and worship, I wonder if R. Kelly is going to be leading praise and worship. He got sentenced to 30 years while we was gone.
Everybody finds themselves.
Take this 30 piece
in
biscuit, nigga.
Everybody said R. Kelly can't be beat in the verses. The state of New York said, "Yeah, all right, motherfucker. Here go 30. We can beat him."
New York or was it Illinois?
It's in New York. That was New York.
That's Illinois.
That's one of them. He still got to go to Minnesota and Illinois next.
Yeah.
And Georgia.
He's doing a tour.
He gonna do 120.
They're trying to put him under.
They got a prison tour for this nigga.
He's doing the ultimate verses.
Do we believe that he needs all of these years?
Yes, because this is why I'm gonna say why. They let him get off the first time.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm holding them culpable too. Like just like they're saying, hold the parents accountable, his managers, his associates. I say, well, everybody will have to go to jail.
Right.
So I'm gonna hold the court and R. Kelly accountable. When he peed on that girl, right, and she came to court and didn't testify, what I learned is that a guiding enlightenment, who's an attorney for children, because children can't really represent themselves in court, was supposed to step in, and they removed the guardian enlightenment from that case. So that's why he was able to beat that case, because they couldn't get that girl to come testify because she wouldn't cooperate with the guardian enlightenment, who was going to make her testify that R. Kelly made her do this shit, made her do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. He'd have got banked in. They wouldn't have been able to let him walk or nothing, but he got off on that technicality. What I'm saying is when he got off on that technicality, he didn't get no paper. He didn't get nothing. He got let off scot-free. So what you did, you created a monster. He was already a monster. Now then he turned into Godzilla. You get what I'm saying? Like the blob. Like it was a little speck in Chicago and places he was doing it to where it spread it all over the world. Where everywhere he touched down at, he was doing that shit to people, to women. You know what I'm saying? Well, men too. Because you know what I mean? It's reports of that too. You know what I'm saying? So he was doing that shit to people. You know what I'm saying?
Not one time did R. Kelly come across me.
You know what?
He was looking for R. Kelly. Right?
If R. Kelly would have found me back in the 90s.
Did you know he was that way?
Back in the 97.
Did he give you those vibes? Because your gaydar is good. Did he give you those vibes? R. Kelly never gave you the gaydar vibes.
But
I always thought him and Tupac had large homosexual fan bases, but maybe I'm wrong. Not Tupac.
Tupac.
Okay,
Tupac.
You know, they was both bald head bandana niggas, you know what I mean, in the 90s. So I just kind of thought they had like the same shirt. Carl Kanai, leather vest.
Right.
You know, R. Kelly and Pac had the same swag. You know what I mean? They'll wear some leather suspenders and those shirt and shit. You know what I'm saying?
With the backup dancer.
Yeah. Pac was a backup dancer. They both, you know, started as interesting.
In his underwear.
I was gonna say, wasn't the one that didn't testify? Wasn't that Sparkle's niece?
Yeah, that was Sparkle's niece. But we all know it was money spread around. You know what I mean? All that to even get the guidance and enlightenment to fall off the case, you had to kick some bread. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. They created. So that's why I feel like this is him getting. You know what I mean? It's almost like OJ. Yeah, it's the OJ shit. Like karma's gonna come get you eventually, my nigga. Like you can't escape karma.
Then he sang about it.
And they still have to Bill Cosby.
Yeah, he sang about it, played in our
he sang about it, played about it. He talked about it. When they catch me, they're gonna have to give me 100 years.
Well, they got your
they got your ass, nigga. They should have gave. Man, did you see the video? Where he like, and then did you see the video where he said they should have booked me the first time they had me? Like the nigga was rubbing it in their face. Like, whoa. You're really a sick guy, you know what I mean? So
he done lost his money.
He lost his marbles, you know what I mean? Also, I seen a lot of people. I seen a lot of people trying to make it racial. So I just wanted to announce that the Epstein dude who had the island that was raping a young underage girl. His co-defendant, Giselle Maxwell, she got 20 years. And the only reason she got 20 years is because she cooperated. She told on people. Niggas like, she white, she got 20 years. No, she got 20 years because she cooperated. She snitched.
And can we say that she wasn't the person?
R. Kelly was the big fish in his case, so he got the maximum time. She was the second tier person in her shit. The big fish died. So they still wanted her conviction, but what took her so long to get convicted? Killed herself. What took her so long to get convicted? She told on people. So they, you know what I mean? They had to redo her shit, well, okay, you're not getting 60 years anymore. Take this off. And he was wearing it. And who else? Okay, well, you're down to 20.
Because you know she got the names in the list.
Yeah, absolutely. She was the one that was keeping the book.
She got the whole ledger.
Yeah, she got the whole ledger. Yeah.
So it expect a bunch of heads to roll behind.
Absolutely.
White women be
man, they white women keep secret. But you got to remember, they come from that. Now we're gonna get into our shit. That's that Southern antebellum slavery shit. They knew what them masters was doing, fucking they slaves and doing all this nasty and bogus ass shit, and they just sat there like, that's white women for you. You know what I mean?
They're being taken care of though too. Yeah. That's the thing.
They're subservient. They'll do that when the pot is good. They'll do this.
Nothing. I don't see nothing.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't even heard nothing.
You could be cuckolding. I don't know if people know what cuckold is. That's a form of porn where a person has sex with you in front of your mate, right? And your mate doesn't join in really. They just kind of like watch you as sex. Well, that's white women would allow you to do that.
When I see that type of porn, I think
you
it's
watch
kind of
it.
racist.
You watch it.
No, hold on.
Do you watch it with the?
It's a lot of racial porn.
I think it's kind of. I think it's kind of racist when the black man is fucking a white woman, and the white dude is watching. It's like it feels like slavery.
Yeah, it takes you back to the bucking Mandingo nigga on the plantation, and that's the correlation.
Fuck my wife.
That's the correlation that I'm making here. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what it takes me back to that too. That's the place that it puts me in when you think about it. Like that's what. Like she said, that's what white women they do. Like they just hold that. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy shit. Because think about it, the master was having babies and all that shit. They didn't even care. They didn't even care. They acted like that shit wasn't. Man, they said he populated the whole state of Virginia. They said all them niggas in the state of Virginia is some way connected to Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
Real. Him and that Sally Mae Hennings lady or whatever, they had about 19 children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he left her land and all types of shit. Yeah.
Shout out to Sally Mae because
she had that bomb.
She started. First of all, she had that bomb.
Yeah, she had that bomb.
Second of all, she started the disintegration of the white race.
Oh yeah.
She started.
Yeah, because that's why they're
almost extinct.
That's why they're trying to ban abortion right now. I told you, bro, they've been extinct. First of all, they've been on the brink of extinction for a long ass time. They just made it look like they were supremacists because that's where white supremacy comes from. Yeah. The only way you would want to feel like you're supreme is if you're less than.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now you have to put on this thing that I'm the supreme. So that's where white supremacy comes from. You see what I'm saying? But I tell people all the time because they didn't teach us about this in school. It's a dark time in American history. The Civil War killed more white people than any time period in American history. Right. It killed off half the fucking population. They fought each other. Yeah, they didn't let us fight in that war until like the last year of the shit. So the first 7-8 years of that war, they were killing each other, bro. That was another reason why Lincoln was like, oh, because remember his son was finna get killed.
Yeah.
He was like, oh no, I got to end this shit now.
Yep, he got old enough.
Yeah, he got old enough. Now my son finna die. Oh, man, this shit over today. Emancipation. I'm signing this motherfucker. Y'all ain't gonna kill my son because white men were killing white men. That's why he was like, no, let the niggas go fight each other. Thousands. I'm talking about Google it, y'all. If you think I'm bullshitting, they killed more than 70% of the white population at that time. And if it's just so crazy that the world was the way it was because we were so docile at that time that we literally could have took the country over, like with a spear, literally. They were outnumbered. They were already outnumbered, but they were really outnumbered while the Civil War was going on.
If it was a Twitter, then that would have been able to be changed. But you think you only
time to get them.
So, but they didn't know. They had no idea.
Could you imagine that?
They didn't understand.
Yeah, that's just like what we was talking about Juneteenth and how them black people didn't find out until, you know what I'm saying?
The people that were in Galveston, Texas
didn't find out until, but that was years later. You see what I'm saying? Like,
so we count into the last slave.
The whole white supremacy thing is crazy. How you the supreme being on the planet, but you can't make white people.
You
can't make white people. If they breed with another race, that baby don't come out white. You're not making a new white person.
So that's where so they know genealogy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they've always been the bottom feeders. So when you a bottom feeder, you always learn about up tops. Look at like black people, we always aspire Bentleys and mansions because we've been on the bottom for so long. So when you on the bottom, you study the culture and the lifestyle that's above you. So they know genealogy. They know they're not the dominant gene, but they have to tell you that they are. They're gonna psych you into it with their guns, their religion. Look, it's in the Bible. We're dominant. Huh? When did that get in the Bible? Hey, don't worry about that part. It's right here, fam. And if you don't believe me, here go my gun. No, for real, bro. That's what they do.
He said, don't you worry about that. Nigga.
Don't worry about that part.
You just read this part.
Just read this part where it say black people supposed to be slaves. You see that right there. You can't read, white man. Don't worry about it if I can't read. No. Somebody told me and say black people supposed to be slaves right here.
Right here.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm watching the Nat Turner movie, me and Mike watched that a couple months ago at Mike's crib, smoking and shit. That's what I realized. Like, dog's smarter than every white man in this movie. Because they taught him how to read. They taught him how to read the Bible when he was a little boy. So his language and diction, because the Bible was written in Greek back then. So his language and diction was cold. So that's why they was taking him to preach at all the plantations as a little boy and shit. But that's when I realized that, like, damn, he don't even know. Because of the way it's systematically set up and programmed, that he don't even know that he's smarter than every white person he done came across.
Oh, but once he figured it out.
Then it was a wrap.
Mm-hmm. But you remember why he did that? That was guilt. All the damage he had done. Yeah. He felt like, damn, I went preaching to all these slaves that they should follow the white man. And we've been getting, you know what I'm saying? Fuck this shit. I got to kill every motherfucking body that I preached to. I got to go back and kill all of them people. That's what God told me to do when I was asleep last night. Hey, the boy had a calling. Boy had a calling. Can't say he didn't talk to God. Shit, he had a calling. He's been preaching since he was a baby. So if the Lord, I thought he did an excellent job. He's an American hero to me. Treasure. They got rid of the man's skin, bones. You can't find no traces of him. He gone. Long as I'm around, he gonna live. You hear me? I love him. I think he cold. Like I think Michael Jordan cold. I think Nat Turner cold. I told you, I think all them black people from that time, they like superheroes to me. Like how X-Men, y'all like, remember how you told me the story of X-Men was like based on black people? Yeah. I believe that. Because you had to be a superhero or something to deal with that shit. Because niggas these days, we wouldn't have made it.
No.
I think if we not with the thinking and the understanding and the knowledge that we have.
I think even without, I don't think we built the same.
I don't know.
Yeah, this me, you see me back with the knowledge I got now. Nigga, do you know it's more?
You think they could have broke the kid, boys? I don't know.
No. Well, I mean, they got weapons and shit. That's what Mike is saying. See, that was the thing, though, man. That's what I'm saying. When you think about it,
they done solved the war.
When you think about it systematically, they broke. That's how the system was set up, that you could never get the horse.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's what they did, where black people couldn't get a gun. You couldn't do shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing now. You see what I'm saying? And I guess
it's like a sacrifice if you
know. And I guess Mike
somebody just got
over talking to grandpa. You didn't live long enough.
Over time,
have somebody that can steal real good.
Yeah,
over time, I think that's what was learned. Because that's where you get the Harriet Tubmans, the Nat Turners, you get the Denmark Vessies, you get all these people that led revolts and rebellions. Over time, they learned that. Like, hold on. Can you count, Joseph? Yeah, like I can count. One nigga on the plantation, he counting named Joseph. But shit, he count. How many niggas you count in that field? Man, it's 92 of us out there. It's 5 white people here, bro. Right. And his wife in the house. This bitch ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
And then my sister and them in the house with her, cooking and shit. They tell that bitch sit down, she ain't gonna move. That's what happened on the Django. That's what the Django and the German figured out. Like, if we get all the niggas to help him, you outnumbered. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. That's exactly.
But you know what? But still to this day, black people are.
No, we still don't.
We're scary.
It's still in our DNA. What? That's crazy.
We're still being outmaneuvered for the same reason. Yeah. And it's because y'all don't understand that in November, you really should vote. I don't care what nobody told you.
Well, I mean, you playing. Okay, so this is the thing about voting, and I want to get into that too, Mike.
Yeah.
We're behind the fence. Right? So you're behind enemy lines. I just told you that the word black or African American isn't in the Constitution. Another tidbit I'm going to share with black people. I don't know if you know this. Every 7 years, they vote on the Civil Rights Act to see if we get to keep our rights and all this type of shit. Yep. Every 7 years, they vote on that. So I just want you to know about that. Show you how important you are to these people around here. So Mike's right. Your one right that you have in this godforsaken place is voting. Mm-hmm. Literally. That's really your only right. Yeah, they trying to and they vote on it every 7 years. So that's why I'm saying it's a liberty that you shouldn't take for granted the way that we do, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not even on some go vote so you can change the government. I'm just saying do it because that's the one liberty that you do have in this country. You don't even have a lot of it's that lot of liberties that you think you got is smoke and mirrors. It's like a record deal where they give you some money and then if it don't work out, then you owe them. Now you're in debt. That's what America is. Yeah, 360 deal. That's what America is.
You gotta keep voting. You gotta keep coming to the table. Keep making your voice heard. A person is not going to. If you pay bills somewhere, you're gonna want somebody to know what your opinion is. You pay bills here.
You know, it's
make your voice heard.
It's funny. We talked about all these diplomatic ways and democracy and blah 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 blah. You know what works? What they do. Fuck shit up.
Yeah.
That works.
I mean, even us. Think about it.
We don't do it.
Hold on,
we did it.
No, we did it.
No,
Don, that's how we got the Civil Rights Act.
I don't fuck nothing up.
No, listen. The narrative, bro, I'm telling you.
No, y'all just stayed on their neck.
No, listen. The narrative, clearly we did because we still got the act. This is my
George Floyd Act.
No, I ain't talking about that shit. I'm talking about the Civil Rights Act. And this is my point about the Civil Rights Act where I'm about to agree with you and tell Don that we did do it. It's just the way the narrative was spent to our generation is that they didn't. Okay, they burnt down ghettos. They burnt down black communities. We burnt our own communities. We got action out of that. It wasn't just Dr. King being peaceful. That's what they wanted us to think. When I talk to people who lived in that era, my mother, my grandmother, it was the burning up and the rioting and shit that led the government to be like, okay, we got to do something, Dr. King.
Which is the same thing
what
I'm saying? They said.
If you watch the James Brown movie, remember they brought James Brown out in Boston. Dr. King couldn't get them niggas to be quiet. James Brown got the niggas to be quiet. I mean, they had just killed Dr. King or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me say this. When these motherfuckers get mad about gas, they go beat a motherfucker up. We not mad. We mad because we don't have the same rights that they do, and we sit and take it. We're cowards.
I mean, I agree with that. I would. You saying is this generation as brave as the generation before us? No, that's why the civil rights.
I don't think we were ever as brave.
That's inaccurate. First of all, Black Lives Matter was somebody who actually had the attention of America in the same way. The issue is they didn't have a defined leader like the people of before. They were so hell bent on the fact that because Martin Luther King had his infidelities and things that he was doing, in the respectability politics that goes on into having a leader, they didn't want a leader. So when people on CNN were asking them, what were your goals? What is it that you're looking to do? What do you like the government to do? They didn't have a clear answer because they didn't have a leader and they didn't have a structure. And we're just gonna be honest, you did. And so from there, that's why you have the George Floyd Act that came out of those protests that hasn't passed the Senate.
Because it has no leadership.
Because it has no leadership. And then the senator from Kentucky, Tim Scott, same place that Breonna Taylor was killed in, was able to get up and walk away from the table with no consequence. And he Black. So it gets to a point that we didn't hold their feet to the fire. So yeah, we did things, but we weren't strategic enough because we weren't cohesive enough.
That's not gonna work on them.
Yeah, I don't think the cohesive.
I don't get it. Like these are motherfuckers who came over here and stole a motherfucking country.
But Tim Scott is Black.
Yeah, but he's learned, he's Americanized though, Mike. You can be a skin color once you become a part of somebody's culture.
But see, here's my point. But my point to that is, you can't blame white people. Yeah, you can say, well, Tim Scott is being influenced by white people. He's hanging around white people and this, that, and the third. But Tim Scott is Black. Tim Scott has to go and walk the streets of Kentucky. And the fact that he's doing that comfortably, when he got up and walked away from the table and Breonna Taylor was killed on his watch, that's a problem.
I agree with that.
That's an issue. And for him to be able to do that and do it comfortably, living in the state of Kentucky, is a problem. Now, I understand the influence that white people have over Tim Scott. Tim Scott is married to Mitch McConnell's daughter.
Exactly.
So I get it completely. But at the same time, we have to make people like Tim Scott uncomfortable to make those type of decisions.
We need to fight.
That too. But I don't think we should do one or the other. Because I think that there are some people that are telling our people that voting is not a good instrument.
We are underneath a group of people who praise a barbarian. This is who they are. When they get ready, they kill what the fuck they want to kill. Who the fuck they want to kill. Whenever.
Okay, so
we live in it, and we sit over here and we go, oh, let's, we're gonna love them till they love us. That's not gonna work on them. It don't work on. It ain't never worked on them ever. We talk about motherfuckers who so duplicitous that they got y'all thinking that when they was in England and they was knights, they was riding on horses.
Yeah. It wasn't even no fucking horses.
Wasn't even no fucking horses in England.
Yeah, it wasn't even no horses in England.
This is who we talking about.
But let's if we be honest, let's just keep it real. White people in this country are 50-50 split. It's 50-50 split.
So they got
some are liberals, some are conservative.
Man, they don't have nothing.
But it's about it does. Some are 50-50 split.
But Mike, when it comes to time, they can pick a side.
They can pick a side.
Remember, that was the argument in the gay argument with you that day at Sherman Phoenix.
Yeah.
Is that we can't pick a side, bro, just like you can't. Remember you said that's what we was trying to explain. The struggle of the gay black man is the same. Like you can't pick a side either.
Okay, so hear what I'm saying. It really isn't the fact that white people have held us back. A number of the losses that we have taken are because we just ain't showed up.
We should have just took this motherfucker.
You can't when you ain't showing up.
Like we just talked about
showing up to vote.
Like we just talked
showing
about
up
the
to have
Civil
your
War.
voice heard.
Man, that shit don't matter, Mike.
It do.
It does not.
It does.
No,
It does not.
It does.
Their system is set up in a way that our vote does not matter,
bro. Jim Crow law. So I was
so you just don't vote.
I was about to get into that.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying.
So what solution you providing to them?
Man, we supposed to be rolled on the motherfucker.
So look, I'm gonna give you an example of what we talking about, how they just debo shit, right? So this black family in California just got awarded all kinds of money, and they got this island back called Jones Island right outside of Los Angeles or whatever, and it was taken from them.
The resort.
Yeah, the resort. It was taken from them during the Jim Crow.
We discussed it.
You know what I'm saying? Well, it just settled, and they finally got it officially and got the money and whatever.
Yeah.
So also, something that doing my research on that, I went down a rabbit hole. We have one of those in Wisconsin.
Yeah, something like
it's called Lake Ivanhoe.
Yeah, like
and it's right outside of Lake Geneva, and it was started by a black family from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That was coming up here during the riots in Chicago to get away, so their children couldn't go outside and play at that time because the city was under lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
So he came up here and he discovered this place, and he founded it and started it and shit. And that shit started by a black man. That shit right here in America. So that's what I'm saying. How many places across the country have they just taken because of their color of their skin? That's what I'm saying. It ain't even about poverty, because this is what they do to us as class system. So it's poverty. So you'll never be able to reach this because you down here, right? So then not only are you down here, you black. So like the white person that's in the same poverty level or worse than you, they're white at the end of the day.
Yeah.
At any given moment, they can clean up and go do whatever. That's what I got from P-Valley about her baby daddy. The stripper girl, white baby daddy. At any moment, he can be white when he want to. He ain't got to deal with his stripper black kids, none of this shit no more if he don't want to.
No, go to my interview.
I'm finna go to my interview and be white. They ain't gonna know I just beat up my black girlfriend and whoop my black babies and shit. I'm gonna just go to my interview and be a white boy.
They don't even,
because I can do that. You see what I'm saying? When me and you walk in the room, braids, cornrows, dreads, it's on us already.
All implicit bias.
And that's, see what I'm saying? But that's in everything. That's when you go for a loan, leasing for a crib, anything.
Go to the doctor,
get a car, a doctor.
You don't know. People don't understand how much in the professional world you have to disarm. Like
make them laugh.
Make them laugh.
Come on, Mike.
Make them feel comfortable.
Smile.
Make them smile. You have to smile.
How you do it?
So that you don't make them feel threatened.
You got a shucking job.
You got a shucking job.
And code switch.
Code switch. Talk your shit.
Until I noticed it, and I didn't notice it was a thing, and it was a construct of my environment to code.
When you watch television shows, just take our television shows. Molly from Insecure. She code. She does it at work. She code switches. Girlfriends. Joan them and William. They code switch all the time.
Michael, do you code switch? Absolutely. I thought I am not the same Michael. No, man. This is not the same. You get a very.
But see, they get to be themselves.
I just want people to understand. I just want people to understand that we could talk about politics and voting and all that shit all you want to you blue in the motherfucking face. But they lie to you, first of all, about how many motherfuckers it is. They keep telling you we minorities in this country.
And we're not.
They don't even know how many of us it is.
Yeah. They try to find out.
Yeah, they try to do it with the census, but we've been tricking the census since the '60s, baby. That ain't my grandmama.
Niggas always think it's a conspiracy. We think the census.
Yeah, they been. That come from our grandmama now.
They're trying to count
how many of us it is.
They're like, you trying to build boats. Be good.
So listen,
there's 2 of us in this house, even though it's
8. So listen, you could talk about trying to change the system, doing it their way. That's not their way. Mm-hmm. That's a system they set up to trick you into thinking this is the way they do shit. But the way that they do shit is they take it.
But the argument has always been W.E.B. Du Bois, or what was the other man's name? Frederick Douglass. Right? Do you take Frederick Douglass's point of view, or do you take W.E.B. Du Bois? Right? Mm-hmm. And so many times Black people have been having the same argument about forever about how to be better, not understanding that we needed both.
That's a part of Jim Crow, though. Yeah. That's a part of the separation. That's the light skin versus dark skin.
Y'all would have been in the house.
No, we'd have been in the field. So I would have had a disdain for you guys. You understand what I'm saying?
I definitely would.
I'm dark.
And you could feel
like I definitely would.
I would have been depending on what you could do. I think I would have ended up in the house.
No,
you too dark.
No, it wouldn't have been about that. It would have been about the skill.
But that's what it was about.
Listen to me, you tired of them pies coming out like that, ain't you?
I'd be tasting the food like, oh no, man.
Cause I ain't no outside nigga. He like pick cotton. I'm like, look, I can make a cake. You want a cake? He would have said that I would make a cake. I'm like, here go my cake.
Your ass gonna start picking that cotton. That's what you gonna do. Emmett Till murderer's arrest warrant was found in the basement.
It was found in the basement. Let's say where it was. It was found in the basement of an old, I believe it was an old Mississippi courthouse. Yeah. Right? So they went down there. They were doing research on the case. They discovered this box of the information that they were directed to, right?
I say arrest the bitch.
I say arrest the whole
bitch. They arrested Bill Cosby. They arrested Bill Cosby.
And I thought she was dead.
No, she's still alive. Arrest Bill Cosby.
Now the mom of Emmett Till has passed.
Yeah.
But not this lady.
No.
Okay, so now she's alive and well. And walking around, this warrant they found under the courthouse. Now, the warrant is signed by the judge. Mm-hmm. Everything has been put in. Has she been seen in court in the way that she had, whether she was supposed to? Because remember, 2 guys were in court, but she was just watching.
Exactly. She never got called.
She never got called in as someone who was actually a part of the case. So the question then becomes, do we arrest her?
Hell yeah.
They need to go to jail.
I'm like,
they arrested Bill Cosby. They just arrested a Nazi that killed some Jews. He 105 years old. They just sent that old white man to jail. Good. Send her to jail.
Yeah, she got
send her to jail. On the real, she got to go.
She got to go.
A Milwaukee cop was arrested for child pornography. Same day as R. Kelly's story came out.
But I don't know why that's shocking, and it should be more shocking because I want you to know there was a county judge
that was arrested for the same thing. That's why I'm bringing it up. These stories happen a lot. People just don't do their research. You guys are fascinated with R. Kelly. These kind of cases happen all the time with prominent people. Y'all just don't. We just
they rather put lists of black men on the internet who got on there because they fucked with their girlfriend when they was
17 and shit like that. Yeah. She was 17, he was 19.
One guy was on the list by a young gentleman who was on it, but I'm not really explaining this to people. There are young kids who are predators. I look at that. What y'all say?
Yeah, there are some.
There are some young teenagers
you need to watch
that will find you and will try because they like what they see. And then they're younger. But you really got to be able to be an adult about it and really find out. You know you're dealing with a damn child. Like, come on, let's be for real. I'm coming up to your mama house. You ain't got no pie.
No nothing?
You ain't got no nothing. I got to sneak around to come find. That's a lot to go on.
Mm-hmm.
You got to sneak to come find somebody at their mama house.
It's
signs. Now, come on now. Y'all got to get in signs for that. You got to know, like, okay, this is a kid. I'm not going to play with you. I'm not going to play them games. That's why I know it. I'm looking at the kid. I don't care how grown you look.
Mindset, everything.
I wanted to ask you this, Mike. Summer Walker changed her pronoun to they.
I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like I know what's going on with Summer.
Oh, okay. Because I don't.
Okay, when
I
Summer came out and said as a performing artist, she had social anxiety, and she didn't want to go on tour no more. Yeah. I knew Summer was a different type of bitch.
Okay. So what does they mean? Huh? What does they mean?
That means she doesn't non-binary. She's non-binary.
She does not identify.
They don't identify as her or
Okay. I was just curious because I seen her. They made a big deal about her changing that in her bio.
Did you watch Billions
or some shit?
Yeah, I watched Billions. So old girl.
Yeah, but I didn't.
She was
them, but I didn't because she don't got them on her shit. She just got they on her shit. So that's why I was like,
that's what let you know Summer don't really know.
Oh, okay.
You know, that Summer do Summer thing.
If your I want to ask you this before we get out of here. If your family didn't approve of the person you were dating, would you stop dating them or just keep going along with your relationship?
I would have to see why does my family approve?
Not approve?
Why does my family not approve? I think so many people are comfortable with their families not approving. I think if some people took their family's input, it would actually save them from a lot of heartache. Some of y'all should start taking friends.
So people just too busy to be like, get out of my business.
Get out of my business. You don't want.
And that's also a very touchy subject as well too, because I can say from my own standpoint, I married this person and everything, and like my family was not for it, and so I can say that. But at the same time, it's like I also was at that age where I'm like, you get to that point where you think you know everything, because I was a teenager and everything when I first started, dealing with him, and then when I got married in my early 20s. My mother actually hid my birth certificate because she didn't want me to get my marriage.
Dang, you got Cynthia before Cynthia.
Oh, my mama.
Wow.
So, damn.
So yeah. So I mean,
Cynthia mama was right too. So
hey, Serita saying her family was right too.
Yeah, Serita saying her family
was right. It's different when it's your mama, but like if it's like your brothers and sisters and they like
if I tell my sister,
you gotta understand they mental like. It's the mental capability of the person who gives
anybody
you that information.
Anybody I said
like you gotta trust their opinion.
They value who they
but you also gotta have that relationship to be able to value. Like if they always want what's best for you, they gonna be like, oh, she good or she
some
bad.
of y'all know what it don't be good for y'all. Y'all just
that toxic ass
so
shit.
At that point, y'all don't.
Sometimes people be wrong too, though. They be wrong. I mean, there are lots of examples of people being right, bro. But
if a nigga smack,
it don't even be about
toxicity. If a nigga
toxicity.
hit you one time, your parents like, man, you probably shouldn't be with him. He hit you, and you still go back after he just smacked you in your shit. Come on.
But people have to train themselves to value the opinion of their parents.
That's what
and
that's
also
their
parents have to make and also value yourself. Because like being a person that I did have a domestic violence situation, and so I did though get away from that person, which is a different person. So let me put look. I always got to put my side note out here. That was not my ex-husband that I had a domestic situation with. So we want to go.
We had a mix up last time.
We don't need any mix ups of anything. So no, there's no wires crossed. Me and my ex-husband, we good. So we don't have no issues. But the other person is public record.
So, but I'm gonna put my fist up at her. Everybody's good. Y'all can give a shit. Everybody's good. Amen.
Amen.
Let you keep going.
So how long did you chase somebody you like? Or what's
you
too
got
long?
You got a good like me back, and that's about it. Once I let you know what's up, you're supposed to let me know what's up.
It depends on how much I like that person.
Depending on how much you like the person. So they could get a year. It could be 2 weeks to a year.
You waited 20
years.
20 days?
20 years?
You waited 20 years? That's a kid. That's a whole kid.
That's a whole That's a whole lifetime.
You waited? No.
You still talking to her? You still talking to her? You still dealing with her?
Mind your business.
Look, we're now emotionally in
there. Now we're tied into the storyline.
Now we're interested.
Now you're getting interviewed, motherfucker.
Right.
We were together for 3 years.
So that was good. See, now I'm not with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not.
And it wasn't
not 20 years.
And it wasn't a friend zone. It wasn't a friend zone situation either. It just didn't work. So
you guys are in both different spots of your lives, and then you're able to have that intersection come, and you jumped on the intersection.
Yeah.
Well, you've been waiting to get hit by that car.
Playing in traffic. Playing in traffic every day. Okay, so this is my last one. I usually do the verses and all that, but I ain't doing that. I'm trying to try something else since we came back this time. So I got this question that I see: 800 credit score, $5 million, or 200 acres of land. You can only pick one.
Win.
Now, at your point in your life, right now, where you are. I'm giving you. You're giving. You can go up to the Wizard of Oz, and he giving you one of these 3 things, and that's what you want.
And I can get 200 acres of land wherever I want.
Wherever you want.
I'll take 200.
Yeah, I will too. Wherever I want, yeah. Because I can do it, man.
Wherever I want, having 200 acres of land in the middle of New York,
or like Dubai or something.
In Dubai,
200 acres
in the
of
middle
land
of
in
Los
Miami.
Angeles,
I know, bro.
Miami.
Yeah. I'm an instant millionaire.
Prime.
How
many millions you talking about?
I said $5 million.
You said $5 million.
And or I give you an 800. Or I give you an 800 credit.
That's not the equivalent of 200 acres of land.
What, $5 million?
No, that's what I just was saying.
The land is worth so much more.
Yeah.
Give me the land.
It's a tie between that and the 800 credit score.
My credit score is 750. So
no, but the only reason
I don't give a fuck.
But no, I'm saying you can still use the money from the land that you sell to then be able to go ahead and have
everything's going to trickle down once
it all trickles down. That was the whole point of the question. It came from somebody that was trying to teach people about real estate.
Yeah.
And he was saying that the most important part of this was the cash.
Yeah.
But he said most people, if you put that in front of them, that's what they're going to take first. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to even think about the 200 acres.
Right on it. Where the land going to be?
Exactly. I'm like, give me my map. Where the map at? There's no red line or nothing involved here. I can go ahead and do what I need to do.
I want to go.
Okay.
Give it this
It's supposed to be somewhere.
So let's say we're Wisconsin. Let's take Wisconsin. Us 6. We all Wisconsin. People in the audience too. It's redlining. What's your taking? What are you taking? You're still taking the 200 acres even with the redlining here.
Okay. I don't have to do it because niggas moving to Brookfield. So that's where I'm taking my 200 acres at. I want to in Brookfield.
But it's redlining.
But it's redlining. You can't go to Brookfield, nigga.
Why?
Because you black.
You gotta send your wife home.
But you said I can have it anywhere.
No, I said now.
The gentrification ain't hit Milwaukee yet.
Yeah, I said now I'm doing it in Wisconsin.
It's coming.
Now I'm doing it.
But don't worry, but I'm gonna get that 200 acres.
So it has to. So I have to abide by the red line.
I'm gonna take it where the red lines take down.
So that's why I'm asking. So does that change what you pick?
No.
But I can only have the land. I can only have the land in Wisconsin.
Only in Wisconsin, and it's redlining here. You know the segregation and shit here.
Yeah, but when they gentrify downtown, my little 200 acres, give me something. I'm going.
In the ghetto, right? That's what I'm saying. I still might take my 200 acres in the ghetto.
Yeah, I might too.
Give me all the burlap, motherfucker.
I'll take it and I'll take it. I'll be all of that.
I'm about to berate that bitch. You hear me though? Give me all the burlap. I'm turning into berate.
Yeah, it's me. I might turn it into Michael Street.
Yeah, what?
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
The approach is kind of weird, right? So you're taking the 200 acres of land, but you ain't got the money to build on it.
I got the money. I don't got the money, or I don't need.
So you selling off pieces of land?
No, you could take money out of your land, bro.
Yeah.
You know that,
right? Equity in your land.
Equity. So I could take that.
Equity.
Yeah, I could take that to the bank.
Yeah, you don't even have to pull it out.
Yeah, you might even get a little.
Keep it in there. Just use it as collateral. Whatever you build on it, think about it. Whatever, and then you can do a land contract too. But whatever you build on it, think about it. You're gonna use the value of this land, and you're gonna build the building on top of it.
It's monopoly.
So whatever your loan is, fuck your credit. I'm using your land.
And not Baltic Avenue. It's the real color.
We're talking about
and you build something on top of it, it's your land.
Sonny, that is absolutely correct.
Open a management company, make the white person. That's what Mike said.
Make the white person the CEO, then I can buy the land.
Yeah, that's what Mike said. Mike said you're going to have to send your white friend in there with your money.
That was me.
You can get your land in Brookfield, though, Don. They said that. They said you can get your land in Brookfield. You just got to send your white homie in there to get it for you. And you got it. There you go.
You still get it.
Yeah, you still gonna get it. So
I don't even want it. I want to be in the mill.
Yeah, I
want that shit.
All money.
I can take 200. I can take
all
200.
money. All money.
Yeah, like Geneva, that'll be crazy.
Ooh, like
Al Capone's house.
The Dales is crazy too.
Start your own.
Give me 200 acres in the Dales.
I'm the mayor.
I'm starting my own town.
I'm the mayor, bro.
Yeah. Weed is legal. Then give me all no weed tickets.
Man.
Oh, these 200 acres, you can do it though.
You do what you want. This is basically like an Indian reservation.
Yeah, it's like Amsterdam. Yeah, you can just do what you want to over here.
That's what we need to start arguing. We need to start arguing for those rights. We got to be careful because the Indians, not the Indians, but indigenous people kind of negotiated themselves into a corner. So we read
the indigenous people. The indigenous people is us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the first indigenous.
No.
We've been here, bro.
Them people There was Native Americans, the whitewashed Native Americans. They were infiltrated by white people when the reservation thing came through. They were infiltrated by white people. Those are white people.
Right. Yeah, those are really white people.
Those are really white people.
I'm offending them folks, y'all. Let's get this history on. Now look,
right. I ain't offending nobody. That's the reality.
That's history, bro.
It's history.
That's proof.
I gotta look at it. I don't know it, so I gotta verify.
Yeah, like the Sioux people and all like the big names that you hear. Those are very whitewashed. Yeah, those are
runaway slaves. They became like part of Indian tribes and stuff like that.
Not really even that. It started like, okay, the fairy tale story is the Pilgrims and all of that, but that's bullshit. It really started with what Don is talking about. Remember, you ever heard about like Lewis and Clark? Yeah. And people like that came over here and they created Lake Michigan and all of this shit that we got or whatever. That's what they were doing. They were coming over here and raping them people pretty much. Yeah, doing what the same thing the white people did. Like that's why it was a learned behavior. By the time they got to us, they had mastered it. Yeah. By the time they got to black people, they had it into a science at that point. Before they had tried it on Asians, they tried it on indigenous or whatever you want to call Native Americans. They tried it on all of them people, and they couldn't withstand what we could withstand. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't come at an abundance like we did. When they went to Africa, they was grabbing in abundance. When they got here, it was only specks of them people.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
In the 1800s, took a boat from Africa to America. It took 4 years. Yeah. You could only hold 100 motherfuckers on the boat. And 2/3 of them motherfuckers died before they got here. Yeah. So you gonna tell me you brought 4 million motherfucking niggas over here? You're a fucking lie. Yeah. Again, you gotta learn how to think critically. That's a lie. It's impossible. Yeah. You didn't have enough boats.
Yeah, you ain't even know how to
But that's just like they was knights riding on horses.
It takes 8 years for you to make that trip and back. 8 years. With 20 niggas by the time you got back.
So then this is what I want you to think about too. Hold on, I want you to think about too on that trip. Unlike coming the Pacific, the opposite way, like if you come from Asia and come to America, it's Hawaii, it's all these stops in between. Yeah. Tahiti, it's plenty shit before you get to Los Angeles. It's all kind of shit between Japan and Los Angeles, it's plenty stops. So you can make that trip. From Africa to New York City, bro, there's nothing in between there. That's where the black hole and all of that shit is at. There's nothing. There's no island to stop on and be like, okay, we're going to rest here for a day. So a lot of us made it to South America and the Virgin Islands. A lot of us didn't even make it up here. We never even made it because like Don said, that trip is too far. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us did come from the Virgin Islands. Then you end up in South Carolina, Mississippi. Then your fam, then you get spread out, and then that's how you get us. You get what I'm saying?
Because for me, that's basically just the difference between my family, because my family's originally from the West Indies, and so with us being down there, it's just a stop, just a bus stop.
And then that's where another mixture came in. So sometimes you would get to America and already be mulatto. You sell for more money,
right?
When you hit the slave dock, like, oh, I got this filly, she mixed. Look at her breed. I can breed. Look at this one.
Why do you think Puerto Ricans are half black?
And Mexican as well too. If you go down to Mexico and everything from all those different areas.
When you go deeper down. But if a lot of them, they think they white. So
but that's because they've also been whitewashed. Because they're thinking that being a lighter color, that they think of that better.
But this is the misnomer about life in general in America, is that everybody has these stories about how this shit really happened, but none of them fucking make sense.
No. Even the American Revolution don't make sense. We talking about the 4th of July, bro. If you look at that story, that shit don't make no sense at all, my nigga. Paul Revere, none of that shit they taught you. All that shit sound like Santa Claus to me, my nigga. Easter Bunny shit, bro.
Bro, you mean to tell me at the time of the independence, the 1700s, it's maybe 20,000 white people over here.
Yeah, maybe.
So you telling me they whooped the whole British Army?
Come on, man. Yeah, hold on, bro. They went to Boston and overthrew a boat. You know how many motherfuckers was on that boat that they overthrew? It was 2 people guarding that tea on that boat. They didn't give a fuck about that tea, but they taught us the war started over the Boston. No, the fuck it didn't. No, it didn't. Y'all stopped paying y'all taxes to them people. Well, they came over here to get their fucking money. And you fought them when they got their money. Tell the real story, fam. It wasn't no Boston Tea Party. Y'all stopped paying y'all taxes. They were taxing y'all for being in this country.
Yep.
And y'all got tired of paying the king and the queen. I don't want to pay that bitch no more because that's what y'all do. Y'all connivings, y'all criminals. That's what they came from. So I'm not paying you. That's what a criminal gonna do. I'm not paying you.
I don't see you. So
I don't see you. What I'm gonna pay you for? You way over there. And like Don said, it's gonna take you 2 years to get over here, nigga.
By the time I stop, you ain't gonna know.
Man, come on. Or by the time you get here, I done built the military and all types of shit.
Right. But we whooped them though.
Yeah, we whooped them. Fought them all up and down the country. You know what I'm saying? Repopulated the country and all that shit off that.
Man, they had the British Navy. The British Navy was the best Navy in the world at that time.
Like they had just beat Napoleon.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, they beat Napoleon. This motherfucker was beat killed.
He damn near conquered
He
the
whooped
world.
everybody. He almost conquered the world.
Yeah,
and they whooped him.
And they whooped him. They was the only motherfuckers that could beat him because they cornered him. You know how Britain is here, and then where was he at? In Spain or something? France. So they cornered him with the water because he didn't have enough boats. Yeah. So they pushed him to the water, and that's how they defeated him. You know what I'm saying? I told you I was up the other night smoking, watching the rabbit hole on YouTube, watching all of that shit on YouTube.
See, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Same thing here.
But like Sonny said, that the taxation they talk about was predominantly from the revenue of slavery.
Yeah.
We not
Great Britain said we're doing the slave trade with y'all, right? So we're supplying the boats. Like you said, they ain't got none of them motherfucking boats. And these motherfuckers over here was poor. We keep forgetting about that. George Washington them had no goddamn money. They were poor, dude. You know what I'm saying? So they
the third world
country. Great Britain was giving them everything, just like Great Britain take care of Jamaica and other countries that they own. The same thing they was doing for Great. You know what I mean? For
the story of the American Revolution is almost as comical as us saying we finna go into Ethiopia and they whoop our ass when we get there.
I was gonna, tie it to Thanksgiving, but that's another one was like
they whooped our ass when we got there.
Who?
America.
Who whooped our ass?
All right. Then we come out of Iraq.
The Taliban.
We whooped that motherfucker. That shit was over with before it started. The Taliban is a lie, fam. That shit don't even exist. That was a lie that they made. That was the lie that they made up to even go there.
Yeah. But their word groups,
that shit was over the first night, my nigga.
It's the same leader. They don't change it.
It was over the first night.
Yeah, they stopped being a great city, Chris.
They should try into police
like BDK, GDK, BDK.
The war was over. Night one, war was over. Y'all, the troops went in to police the motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. Yeah, because we really didn't do it. Huh?
It was a police state. That's why they start calling it a police state. Yeah.
So they tell you so much shit that don't make no motherfucking sense.
It's all propaganda. That's what propaganda is called.
We lost one fight ever. America lost one fight. Vietnam.
That's the only war we ever lost.
Because them motherfuckers were sending kids at them.
Yep.
Yeah, they were
with bombs strapped to them.
Right.
And that's what they were trying to prevent with the Taliban. That's why they went so gangster at them, because they were trying to use the same tactics that Vietnam was using, and that scared America again. Like, hold on, and bomb all that shit over there.
Man, how you gonna tell me a group is a group of people are terrorists that you trained and gave weapons to?
But that's the same thing with the dope game. They tell me I'm a terrorist because I set up a drug enterprise in my neighborhood. Well, you gave me the guns and the dope. What is you talking about? That's where I'm saying that alone should show our generation where the white people finesse come in at. Okay, you don't like slavery movies. You want to disconnect from that time period. Cool. Your finesse is the dope game. If you're from the 70s to right now, your finesse was the dope game, boss.
They still using opioids now, bro. That's the
fentanyl. It's the same shit.
Bro.
It just flipped. It just, like you said, over time, it just grows. The fuck
niggas getting fentanyl from?
Come on, man. Who you know grow fentanyl? You know somebody grow fentanyl? I don't. Just like I didn't know nobody who grew cocaine. I didn't know nobody who grew cocaine, but that shit was all in my neighborhood when I was growing up.
I know a few people that tried to grow weed, but they weren't successful. Right.
Well, I'm not.
You got a house. You got a house
tree.
where you build, where you produce maybe 4 pounds every harvest.
Maybe,
and that's 3 months.
Come on, man.
Stop playing with
it.
We talking about something that this big, bro.
Literally.
This big, bro. I can make $100 off of this, and I got a bag of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to work. You think I'm gonna go to work? You think I'm gonna go to your school, fam? They drop that shit off in the ghetto. I'm telling you, fam. And we said, oh, fuck the NBA, fuck school. I want this. Yeah, and every little nigga coming up, we aspire to be the nigga who had that bag of them $100 rocks, my nigga. That's what Snowfall is based on. That whole show, bro went from them $100 bags of rocks to being a kingpin to what the fuck he is. That's the whole trajectory.
And the crazy part is they won't let us keep it.
No.
But they made all their money off of selling bootleg liquor and all kind of criminal enterprises. But we can't keep our money.
But I'm gonna go
they
back.
Have to keep theirs.
I'm gonna go back to maybe co-signing what my friend said. But it also go back to the color of your skin, the mafia. Yeah. The only reason they did legalize alcohol is because the mob had took it over.
Yep.
Gambling. They took gambling over. So they had to legalize it. Al Capone. He took the shit over. So they had no choice but to legalize. It was either get cut in or get cut the fuck out.
No, it wasn't that they had no choice. Al Capone he had him in his pocket.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was either get cut in or cut out because the mafia had taken over these enterprises and shit. Exactly. Where the government was like, damn, we ain't making as much money we made off of bootleg liquor that money. They like, no, it's this Italian dude named Al Capone from Chicago. Him and these niggas from Harlem, they buying up all the barrels and shit. So that's when they was like, oh, legalize it. Every state in America, you can run your own liquor sales. You can tax it how you want to, all that shit. Because we can't have these Italians and these niggas taking this shit over.
But it was only after the Kennedys and the Bushes made their
money. But they were allowed to make their fortune down because now it's government money. See, it went from being street legal to government, just like corporate is saying. It went from being street narcotics to pharmaceutical drugs.
The Kennedys made their money when it was on the street.
And then they made quadruple that when it became legal. Yep. It made it generational wealth for real for them. I'm talking about for eons. Their family's gonna eat because people have alcohol addictions now.
Same with the Bushes. Can we talk for a second? They're working on legalizing marijuana nationally.
Yeah.
Black people have to make sure that they have a particular cut of the pie, like this explicitly said.
Right.
And so black and brown people have to make sure that people like Tammy Baldwin, who wants to vote for it, and people like Governor Evers, who wants to make it legalized so he can make it a part of the state budget, that you're cutting a part of that budget. I'm not talking about a little 25%. No, a large part of that you're getting off of marijuana, that the nation would get off of marijuana, and give that back to the community.
Dude, do you know how much money the state of Illinois has made in the last 3 years since they legalized marijuana, bro? They fixed their state budget and everything off of that shit, dog.
Look at Colorado. They got everything new,
California,
all over the place. But also, too, they need to make sure that they work on the prison system as well, because then you got to make sure that you let all these people out.
Yeah, see, that's the problem here. Because they don't want to do that here. They don't want to.
That's why you'll never see it in Indiana
or Mississippi.
You'll never see it in Indiana
or Mississippi. Yeah, none of these places.
They're gonna be the last one.
Just like it's gonna be Juneteenth all over again. The last one to come through.
Arkansas got it now.
Yeah,
Arkansas has
I can't
it
tell you because you're Republican.
Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas got it.
No, it's not about being a Republican state. It's about being a prison
It's about being a prison state. Because those convictions make you money, Mike.
Say the same thing about Arkansas.
No, they done a prison state.
You can say the same thing about Arkansas. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Take your ass down to Gould. Take your ass down to Gould, Arkansas, and you see that prison that's built right there, Gould or Grady, one of them. You take that prison that's built right there in the middle. Go up there to Pine Bluff, they also got a university.
Yeah.
Got a couple of other things you got.
They got a lot of universities.
They got a lot of
universities
in Arkansas.
Yeah. Arkansas is very much so. If they can legalize it,
they got a lot of HBCUs too.
And they governors be Democrats. Like Clinton came from Arkansas. Like they governors be Democrats and shit.
They Republican now.
Well, Clinton came from Arkansas.
They
flipped that because my family worked on his. And my family worked on his campaign, and they from Little Rock, and his entire campaign was black. Everybody who worked on his campaign was black. His entire office, campaign manager, everybody. It blew my mind when we went to Arkansas. I'm like, damn, this hunky got all these white black people.
The only reason they are Democrats out is because the niggas in Arkansas don't vote. It ain't that they outnumbered. They just
Little Rock, that was one of the first reality TV things we got, gangbanging in Little Rock.
This is why I hate. Why I'm growing to hate marijuana in the first place, because now we're the consumers. White people not the consumers of marijuana like we are. Not like we are. Not like we are. Are you crazy? Excuse me. I run the studio. Now, nigga, y'all not gonna tell me.
No, bro, Don, that's life, bro. Don,
I go to Come on, bro.
When you go to that dispensary, it be 2 or 3 of them.
They don't consume like
it be 1,000 of them.
Bro, Tyler Hero, the basketball player's family from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, owns a dispensary in Nevada, Las Vegas that makes millions of dollars a year, bro. They own the nightclubs downtown on Milwaukee Street, 720. They own those clubs also, but they own a dispensary in Las Vegas. G from G's Clippers showed me on his phone a video. G don't smoke weed or do none of that, but he was amazed. This man got a fucking factory. I don't know no niggas with no factories. Yeah. That's my point. I know niggas with pounds, but I don't know no nigga with no factory.
There's a couple.
Lights, irrigation system.
I'm not talking about producing. I'm not talking about producing. I'm talking about consuming.
But we've been
no, they've been consuming.
I've been down to where
like
you
us.
I sat in the car and been with my cousin.
They go to the dispensary. We don't go to the dispensary.
Man, they do both, bro. They buy street. Come on, man. Bro, they buy street drugs and dispensary.
They do both.
They do both,
and
bro.
you're not gonna
It
tell me.
depends on how I look and how I smell.
No, they do
same
both.
way, bro.
No, they do both, bro.
They do both. And they're more quickly action.
Them
You
white
should know that.
What?
You mean to tell me you feel like black people consume more drugs than white?
More marijuana? Yes.
No, it's impossible.
Man, the white people don't even smoke blunts.
So smoke
10 blunts. Y'all smoke 10 blunts in one day.
Oh, damn, I wish you would have went to the 2 Chainz with me on Friday. You would not be talking like this. Them white people was out there getting high in a motherfucker at Summerfest.
Bro, and they roll cones. Those more fat cones.
They do it in the most. They first of all, they know the term. They know the measurements.
It ain't no man.
Look, it's not like Sonny.
They know.
Sonny
They
said,
know.
it's way more black people that consume than white.
That's because it's way more of us, period.
Yeah.
But
the majority
they smoke like us.
But they smoke.
Bro, but that's called another market that we can make money revenue and create
You think
jobs.
white people smoke a zip a day?
I know so.
Easily.
Definitely smoking that.
But I'm with you, corporate. That's what Jay-Z thing was. Like, okay, you letting white boys get money on Wall Street for the same shit you locked my nigga Biggs up for.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are we doing here for real?
Yeah.
So let's make it legal for us so we can open businesses and hire our friends too.
But black people have to stop just asking for it to be legal. We want our equity.
No, we want, but I'm saying that's his point of his act. That's where they're coming at.
I want it legal and I want black people.
And I want you to take it off of Meek Mill's record so he can open the dispensary.
Yeah, but I
see what I'm saying? I need you to expunge that off of
be
his
able to vote now because now you're no longer.
But see, I want to be able to open a dispensary. I should not be in this is the things that's going on. We keep talking about how dispensary, it shouldn't have to be a millionaire in order for you to own a dispensary.
No, you don't have to be a millionaire to own a dispensary.
No, you don't have to be.
But to get your license,
very expensive.
Because
very,
want to know why?
hard.
Because it's this people color game.
Exactly. So at this point, we have to say it's legalization. That if you're going to legalize
this is my whole point.
This is a drug that has been made popular off the backs of black people,
black and brown.
And brown.
Yeah, but we trying to. That's what they're saying. They're saying that we should get some type
of my whole point.
Just because we made it popular,
that's my whole point.
And also, too, even right now, as of earlier today, Nevada just did a thing for their lounges where now you can actually have a weed lounge.
The only reason they want to legalize it is because we consume it. The more money they can make off of us and tax, the better.
Well, it's a street drug, bro. Like that's just like heroin. Heroin was a street drug. Now they still gotta give you heroin when you go to the doctor. So that's what I'm saying. Like they do that with any drug that we popularize, bro. They take it and make it corporate. They do that with any drug that we popularize. They take it and make it corporate, my nigga.
Parker said Molly Parker.
Yeah, they do it with all of that shit.
But we cannot say that we're
sir, look at lean. You can't even get promethazine in the United States anymore, bro, because black people popularized it.
And then the white people start
ODing. And then the white kids start ODing on it. Same thing with the crack shit. They didn't give a fuck about crack till white kids start dying off of crack.
Opioids.
Yeah, same thing with opioids. I know niggas who've been OD'd off of pills for years. It didn't become a thing until Judy in Schwabenau, Wisconsin, OD'd off the pills. Now it's a thing. You see what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah.
I think they don't care about marijuana because it's not. It's really a natural thing. You see what I'm saying? So they don't really care about marijuana like that.
Don't even construct that.
It don't kill people like that.
Don't have meth labs in the right. However, white people are dying off of it. And they became a thing. And so, yeah, white people definitely have a monopoly on drugs.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just been
to me, I feel like the United States is a drug dealer. Like United States, that's what they represent.
But the issue that our drug dealers have, this is the thing about our drug dealers, and this is what I'm saying. You all are so unorganized. Because what you heard of Al Capone
is that they paid.
Is that they went to the politicians. And you too could go to the politicians. You got to go in a certain type of way. But you could go to the politicians.
Yeah, money is green.
Yes.
Money green.
Now you got black customers. You got black customers. You got white customers who enjoy the drug that you enjoy selling. Okay, you have a built-in customer base. To ask those people to vote for an ordinance or a local law or a law that would help you to sell marijuana would be very good. Supporting a candidate, giving them donations. That would help. Well, you shouldn't give illegal money to
candidates. Yeah,
make sure it's
but
just clean it up.
We're talking.
If you have a legitimate business, that's legitimate business that you're using.
You might be selling CBD. It might be CBD. Right. Let's say it's CBD. You got a CBD side of your business. You might want to get a little politician, some money, and say, "Hey, I'd like you to support this particular cause." They mess with you the same way they mess with our Capone. You gotta figure it out. Figure out a way around things. Learn. Be smarter. Stop going to jail.
Adapt. We got to figure out. And on that note, this was episode 148 of the Slicktalk with Scalez podcast. We missed y'all, so we went a little over the time. Gave y'all about an extra 30 minutes than we usually do. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Good conversation, good convo, how we always do. We back at the motherfucking compound tonight, so we had to do it how we always do it. Shout out to our guests for coming through today. We appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let them know where they can find y'all at social media and all that.
You can find me on all socials at Your Life by Mike. That's URLIFEBYMIKE.
And you can find me on Instagram. I am chronically resilient would be who I am. So find me there.
That's what's up. So on that note, man, please hit up that YouTube. Don, tell them what they should do on that motherfucking YouTube.
Like, comment, subscribe, smack the like button,
please. Let other people know that they should smack the like button also. And on that note, man, we will see y'all Thursday. We are out.
Windmill on that bitch.